Niners! Sunday time to talk some 49er football. In fact, there's not a lot to talk about, but I just got to hang out with you on Sundays because, Sundays, wow, off season, I know. Get a life, Ronbo. I do. This is it. 49ers. I love the 49ers so much. I can't stop talking about them. Can't stop watching them. Can't stop watching what they're doing. And you feel the same way. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in here chumming it up all off season long, getting ready to go into the draft, looking at the free agency and everything else is coming up next and laughing at Rudy and the Rams. Rudy and the Rams. Rudy. Fam, here's the thing. Most brilliant move the 49ers have made so far. Have you thought about that? Looking at how the Niners have filled the player personnel voids in the offseason, getting praise for most of which moves may have been one of the standout. I think which one of the moves was the standout important one, right? Is the question as the league enters the NFL draft. Tonight, we'll go to the phones for your opinion as to which Niners pickup was the one that impressed you the most, or which one was the most intelligent to your way of thinking. By the way, fam, DraftKings just released their win totals. Nick Underhill at Nick Underhill, Twitter. For the NFC South, the Saints are 9.5 wins. Panthers, 7.5 wins. Hey, Tony! Falcons, they're talking 7.5, which means, normally these guys fall about 1 or 2 or 3 short, right? So you're somewhere between 10 and 11 and 5. Look out, here come the Falcons. The Bucks, 6.5 for reasons unknown there. Brady's not coming back. Top NFC teams, however, 49ers, 11.5. Eagles, 10.5. Saints, 9.5. Cowboys, 9.5. Lions, here they come. The Lions have finally got into a conversation where people aren't just dogging them. They're going to compete this year, fam. You notice I didn't mention the team from L.A. Mike McGlinchey news. Now, some of us will probably, I kind of knew this. But at the same time, the way how the 49ers, they're always sending mixed signals, so you don't really know what they're really thinking. Come to find out that the 49ers considered trading Mike McGlinchey last season. Yeah, they did. I would have never guessed. The way Kyle Shanahan comes out and says, no, well, we like what Mike McGlinchey does. One of the things that we appreciate about you only talk about Mike when you like any other offensive lineman when they're doing something wrong. Otherwise, you're never supposed to talk about him. Did we go a game without talking about Mike McGlinchey? We went a few times, I think, actually. But GM John Lynch and Coach Shanahan made it clear to McGlinchey that he was likely playing his final months for the team. There was too much money invested in other spots, and the 49ers knew they couldn't compete with other interested teams. Behind the scenes, Lynch and Shanahan kept McGlinchey in the loop of what the team was thinking, and everything pointed to him playing elsewhere in 2023, maybe even sooner. Whoa. Was there a mid-season trade in order? McGlinchey told ESPN's Nick Wagner, quote, there were no surprises, that's for sure. After the 2021 season, they both told me we may even look to move you at some point. We're projecting it into the future, and we think you're going to get priced out. We want to get something in return. The only way you're going to get something in return is you had to trade Mike before this recent deadline. So the 49ers had actually contemplated trading him, but everybody says, nah, we know you guys got to get rid of Mike. Man, we'll wait. See, the 49ers have a thing of showing their hand too soon, don't they? This is not the first time they've done that. But nothing ever came of that, as you know. McGlinchey did finish his 5th and final year in the Bay Area. Once the 2022 season started, Lynch and Shanahan continued to be honest with McGlinchey the whole time. Big Mike Mack said about the rhetoric, quote, they were clear that barring something out of the ordinary, I wouldn't be back. It was a money thing, and they told me point blank. We'd love to have you back, but we can't stretch ourselves too thin. Unquote. Mike Good luck to you, Mike. I don't hate you, man. I don't. A lot of people just do. But I know you were doing the best you could. Anyway, Trent Williams was already averaging $23 million per season. There was no way the 49ers could match a deal like the Broncos, which offered Mike $17.5 million. Mike cannot be so unhappy in the great Rocky Mountain High. Man, $17.5 million. Niners insist they like McGlinchey. He was undoubtedly one of the best players on the open market this offseason, collecting that kind of payday. For the biggest percentage of Niner fans, though, it was a big sigh of relief. You could hear it all across the Niner Empire. And good riddance was with that sigh, too. Watching Mike often getting overpowered and tossed aside by some of the more impressive defensive linemen in the league, along with a couple of cornerbacks, it was a little frustrating. Mike, I hope you do better in Denver. Yeah. Hey, by the way, fam, we got a new kicker, right? Gonzalez brings to the 49ers if he wins the starting job. Kyle, don't tell me you guys aren't going to draft a kicker to compete. Gonzalez is 27. He'll be the youngest starting kicker the 49ers have had in a lot of long years. Robbie G kicked with the Niners until he was age 40. He just left the other day, as you know, while the previous kicker, Phil Dawson, was 41 and his final season with the 49ers. Gonzalez, he's 6 foot 200, has 63 NFL games under his belt, and has connected on 91 of 113 kicks and 127 of 134 extra points. Make no mistake, this guy's not a slouch. No, Zane Gonzalez can kick the damn ball. He has a career in the NFL long of 57 yards and kicked a 59-yard field goal in college at Arizona State as well. Gonzalez would handle kickoffs for the 49ers should he win that job. He has a career touchback percentage of 57.8% on 287 kickoffs with an average of 62.7 yards. This boy is the full, complete package. He glows. It remains to be seen if 49ers bring in another kicker to compete with Mrs. Gonzalez's baby boy. Zane has had some inconsistencies is the issue in his career, but also has an impressive college resume to go with some good moments in the NFL. There's no problem with that. If he has a problem, though, it's injuries. He's only 27. He was getting his injuries when he was 26 and 25. Gonzalez caught on with the Cardinals as a practice squad player later this season, then eventually took over the kicking spot after starter Phil Dawson sustained an injury. Gonzalez stayed with the Cards through the 2020 season and connected on 54 of 66 field goals, 77 of 80 extra points. As I said, he's not a bad kicker. He was consistent in 2019, connecting on 31 of 35 field goals, 34 of 35 extra points. Good God, that's better than Robbie. But he fell to 16 of 22 on field goals the following season. Saying, are you about that or what? 16 of 22. His time with the Cardinals came to an end after being placed on injured reserve in December of 2020, right when you really needed him. With the back injuries, the Cardinals wound up cutting Gonzalez in March of 2021. The Lions signed Gonzalez in August of 2021 and later added him as a practice squad player. Then the Panthers signed him off the Lions practice squad in September. Worrisome, isn't it? If he's excellent and then also bam, bam, boom, boom, the road gets all bumpy, right? Because I like what I see about him. When he's on, he is death. Gonzalez put together a solid season in 2021, connected 20 of 22 field goals, 22 of 23 extra points. You can't ask for any better than that. But his season came to an early end in December once again, this time due to a quad injury. I don't know, maybe this kind of situation where better training and things like that, because we get all the way to the NFCCG, the playoffs. All of a sudden, Zane is expected to miss the remainder of the season and even into the Super Bowl should the 49ers get there. Now we got to go find another kicker. At that point of the year, oh no. But this is the problem with all the 49ers, not just kickers. This is our issue. But if a guy has been famous for doing that, it's kind of scary. Zane's not kicked in a game since December of 2021. We're going into 23-24. So that's why I didn't add Zane to the most important season, offseason 2023 moves, because, he has all the tools, but can he please be on the field? Kickers should not be getting injured all the time. They should be experts at kinesiology. Their muscles should always be flexible. They should be able to look like Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four. They should always be loosey goosey, stretchy. Come on, guys. But Javon Hargrave, that was the big ticket signing. Javon reached agreement on a 4-year, $84 million deal which includes $40 million guaranteed with the Niners. Javon will provide a massive boon to an already beastly front seven that includes NFL DPOY Nicky Bosa. God, and several of the dogs. Bosa and Hargraves, if nothing else, I can't wait till week 1, game 1. Oh, look at Nick and John. Look at the quarterback's eyes. You can see it from here. I'm like 5 or 6 feet away from my screen. Hargrave brings an interior presence that was missing for the Niners since DeForest Buckner left. Kinlaw, Javon, there's Javon and there's Javon. Javon, man, I'm waiting on you, man. Come on, you come and show me something this year. I'm gonna be praising you like nobody. That's what I do. I get behind the underdogs. Everybody hates. I usually get behind them. Javon, I can't wait to get behind you. Come on, man, get on the field. Damn it, come on. But despite leading the league in total defense and boasting the 3rd best overall grade, the Niners' interior defensive line. Wait for it. Do you know the 49ers defensive line was the league's 3rd worst group? I knew we weren't kicking ass in the interior, but I didn't know we were that bad. We were 3rd from the bottom of the league. So, of course, John and Kyle are sitting thinking, man, we got to do something about this. Oh, my God. We are the worst. They needed an infusion of talent up front, especially after getting bullied inside by Jason Kelce and the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. Hargrave should make sure that won't be a problem moving forward. You know why? In 2022, Hargrave finished with 80.1 overall grade, tied for 11th among qualified interior defenders, while his 91.1 pass rush grade ranked 3rd behind all pros Chris Jones and Dexter Lawrence. The boy is good against the run. He just ain't excellent at it, but he's damn good. Don't worry about it. As long as I got Armstead and Nick, I'll stop the run. I ain't worried about that. In fact, he is one of only 4 D-limit linemen to earn a 90.0 plus pass rush grade in each of the last 2 years. Only Aaron Donald has a higher pass rush grade over the last 2 seasons than Hargrave. But Aaron don't like to stop the run. I'll take Hargrave. Yeah, I ain't playing. I'm serious. 92.4. For the man. Now, there's the guy, was that the most brilliant move the 49ers made? Some analysts believe it was Sam Darnold. The Niners face some uncertainty at quarterback heading into the spring. We do this every year. Trey Lance suffered a season-ending ankle injury in Week 2 and remains an unknown. Brock Purdy, who steered the offense through the last 5 regular season games and the playoffs, recently underwent elbow surgery. According to Jeff Howe and Matt Barrows of The Athletic, Purdy is expected to begin throwing again in 3 months. Count that 2 months and some days now. With the 2 quarterbacks heating up, the Niners made the decision to sign 2018 third-round pick Sam Darnold. Now, this is why I've been saying the 49ers didn't sign Sam Darnold and give him all them incentives to sit him down. Sam Darnold's going to compete for that first place at QB1. I'm convinced of that. I don't know if he's going to win it, but I know he's there to compete for it. Otherwise, he just sits down and takes that salary and leaves next year. He wouldn't have accepted that contract any other way. There's just no way he's going to do that. Why would he do that? While Sam hasn't played up to his draft status, he does have 55 starts on his career resume. He also performed well late last season for the Panthers as he went 4-2 as a starter and posted a respectable 92.6 pass rating, which is the only reason Kyle called him in the first place. Kyle probably thinks he's starting to come around. Mrs. Darnold's baby boy is an athletic quarterback with an above-average arm, and he's a good fit for Shanahan's offense. I watched some tape. He looks like every quarterback Shanahan has ever appreciated. Hitting the short pass, hitting the crossing routes. And Now, he could serve as a viable starting option if Purdy and or Lance are not ready to go by week 1, but he is in the mix. The Niners didn't overpay to add Darnold, signing him to a modest 1-year, $4.5 million contract. They added an incentive package that could run up to $11 million. So they got their experience insurance policy at quarterback at a great price and can now focus on strengthening the rest of the roster in free agency and the draft. They've already done that. But here's the thing, fam. We'll see what happens. Darnold, even if nothing else, Darnold knows with the average of the odds, right, of a 49er quarterback going from week 1 to week 17. Sam probably says, even if I don't start, I'll be in by week 9 or 10. I'm not worried. Sam, don't you be thinking like that, man. I'm telling you right now, we ain't having that this year. Whoever starts stays. I'm tired of that. And then there's, fam, how about 26-year-old DB Isaiah Oliver, whom is ranked number 6 in the run defense for cornerbacks in 2022. PFF, 81.5. He also carries an overall 77.9 PFF grade for his play in 2022. I mean, Tony loves him. Said they hated getting rid of him. And you already know about Travarius, you ain't going nowhere Ward. Or when it comes to taking down runners, he knocks their D into the dirt as soon as they come running around that corner. Now I got 2 hammers. Oh, my, yes. Love DBs who love to slam runners into the dirt. Oh, but the Niners were pretty thin and questionable in the secondary at the start of free agency to begin with. Losing starters Emmanuel Mosley and Jimmy Ward to other teams. Oh. The need was to find another D back that could slot into a variety of roles. They may have done that with signing Mrs. Oliver's baby boy, Isaiah. I.O. has a 2-year deal with the red and gold. Oliver comes to the 49ers after 5 seasons of experience. Good. He ain't got to learn nothing. Well, he can learn from Wilkes, but I mean, he got to come in from point A. A former second-round draft pick has played across the board, starting on the outside before being pushed to the slot in previous seasons. Regardless of his designated role, Oliver just hopes to help the 49ers in any way he can. That talented brother knows he's joining an elite organization. Oliver, we don't play second fiddle to no damn body. Would you put on that red and gold uniform and you walk down the hallowed halls of San Francisco glory in Santa Clara? Know this. You've got a legacy to live up to. Do it. He's hoping to improve his game with every single snap. With that in mind, Isaiah stated this, quote, "The Niners have been one of the best defenses in the NFL for quite some time now. Being able to watch that and study from afar, I understand the scheme in that way. I feel like my strengths are really being able to get around the ball, be a strong tackler, and be able to make plays on the ball. That's something that I've excelled at over the past couple of years, and I'm still getting better in that way. So that's why I'm looking forward to help bring to the team all of that unquote. Oh, yes. Who's that guy, fam? Isaiah Oliver signed a 2-year deal worth $6.65 million and $22.91 million guaranteed. The agreement includes 3 void years, allowing the team to spread its salary cap impact. They kind of abused him with that, didn't they? If things get out of hand, this is a good thing if they agree to it. You get players who agree to that kind of thing because that's funny money in the back of that contract, right? So if you can get a player to go with that, good. In addition, all of his $1.83 million prorated bonuses is spread over 5 years. Welcome to the Niner Empire, player. Come on in. Hey. Fam, in your mind, which one of these signings stands out to you as the most brilliant move and why? Yes. Oh, we lost some people. We ready? Oh, we ready. And let me go to the phone and get, hey, Brian, bring the law in here.
Once again, coming from the world's dangerous podcast, the law says, know your damn role and shut your mouth.
And y'all know who he's talking to. They up in here now.
What's
Brian,
up? What's up, Ronbo?
Brian, man, Sunday.
Got me on the early bird.
Yeah, I'm trying to get in earlier these days. There's no excuse in the off season because I should get people got to get up and go to work and stuff like that. I got to start getting this better. But Brian,
Yeah.
you got some dogs we added to the roster, man. The 49ers, we talk about how they do business up in that front office and everything, but this year they may have bingoed on some players that are really going to bring it. You got Javon who's having issues. You got Hargrave. You got a quarterback room, which is always a mess. You bring in Darnold. I don't know if he's going to add to the mess or what. And then you got J
Mm.
Dub and Manuel Mosley left us, didn't even give us a kiss goodbye. And now we got Isaiah Oliver, who looks like a champ. I tell you what, which one of these signings stands out? They're all good, but which one is the one?
Well, I would say the defensive tackle, the
Hargrave?
Hargrove,
Hargrave.
yeah. I think that was a pretty good sign. I think that was pretty good. And I didn't know we had that much. I didn't know we had that much capital. $84 million. I didn't know we had that much capital for a D
Brian,
tackle. But
Brian, next year,
sometimes we
when
gotta.
they start lying about the
We
money,
gotta.
don't ignore them. Ignore
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. They ignore 'em.
Mhm. They got money. Or else they know where to get money. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
But they did it. We
I
saw them
would
clear
say.
out space. They
Yeah.
fired some people, got rid of people too. And a lot of people left.
Yeah. I would say they need to. If there's anybody out there who could help the team, get over a little bit. Okay, well, let's push the chips. Let's push all our chips in the middle of the table. Whatever it takes. We gotta have whatever it takes to get to the Super. To get
Yeah.
to not to just get us to the Super Bowl, but to win it.
Yes.
You know,
Not
we know we
recklessly,
can get.
not recklessly like the Rams, but do it with intelligence.
No,
Make sure you have a future
yeah,
beyond that
be
year.
smart. Yeah, be
Yeah.
smart. We don't want to have the world's greatest yard sale like they did not too long ago.
And well, just a few days ago, and then to come into next year and have the worst defending championship year of all time.
Rumbo, we don't want to be Rumbo. We don't want to be that organization. We don't want to be that organization to
No.
be a one-hit wonder. And those cats like Rudy and Marketing Pro and all of them getting on here. We don't want to be that organization. So first of all, there's a group of we all know there's a group of teams that are, when it comes to Super Bowls, that's the VIP. Everybody else, you just lucky to get in the club. The Rams, they're just lucky to get it. The Rams are not even in that they can't go past the velvet rope. They got to stay down there with the general population. Now up here, you got us, you got the Cowboys, you got the Steelers, you got the Patriots. Who else?
Patriots, Steelers,
them the main.
49ers,
Yeah,
Cowboys.
Steelers.
That's it. 4.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the
Everybody
Rumbo,
else
that's
is
the
butt
VIP.
cheeks. Out there squirrels
It's about
struggling to get a
multiple
nut.
Super Bowls.
Mhm. Yep.
Hey, and we won it. Hey, and we won it in one city. We didn't win one here and then moved across the country and
Because you
win
got
one.
kicked
No,
out.
we all in the same area, in the same area. We don't split multiple Super Bowls. We didn't do that. So, but I tell you what, Ronbo, if Ed DeBartolo, if he was still running things, I guarantee you, he'd have pulled that page out of the '94 book long time ago. Like, hey, okay, I'm tired of this. I don't care. We're gonna get who we gonna get. I don't care what it takes. We're gonna get who we gonna get. You might have to get a mercenary every now and then. Hey, but
just get one or two.
you
Don't
gotta-
fill your
you gotta
whole
make
roster
moves.
up with them. Yeah.
No. Just one or two. Like I say, we had Dion. Dion was our lone. He was. That kind of tipped the scales.
Dion was just a hoe for hire. Okay, we got him.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Dion.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
But it worked out because he'll always remember. Hey, he always remember his first came from us.
Yep.
Because
And
there's
the
only
boy
two
can
Super
play.
Bowls you're gonna win.
That's why I was so
Yeah,
mad.
he can play. He's. When you talk about cornerbacks, that's it. He's the standard.
Yeah.
He's the standard.
I mean, that
But
time
yeah,
he asked
but,
Richard Sherman, who the greatest quarterback of all time in your mind? And Rich didn't say nothing. You ain't gonna say nothing? That's Dion.
You know what I'm saying? But
Rich
Ronbo,
knows.
how is Ronbo? Did you hear about Bobby Wagner? He's going back home to Seattle.
I heard about it.
Did you hear that?
I did.
They gave
I
him a
couldn't.
1 year. Yeah, they gave
1
him.
year.
They gave him. They scrapped up. They scrapped up some crumbs. They're gonna give him a 1 year deal.
Yeah. Pete, I think Pete's go pay him out of his pocket. Because I don't know, Bobby. That's pretty funny. I'm not. When's the last time somebody did that? Go 1 year to visit another team in the same division, and then come back. Now Bobby gets to body slam Rams for a whole season.
Right. Yeah.
Damn.
Ronbo, we're still the kings. Hey, Ronbo, we're still the kings of the West. You know, once upon a time, I think that once upon a time, the division, the whole division was feared once. You remember that?
Yeah.
You know, once I said, man, that West, it's
not
from
too long
top
ago.
from like top to bottom. But now you look at the Cardinals, like anybody even seen the Cardinals?
Man,
Has anybody ever seen the Cardinals?
I think they turned the lights out over in the stadium.
Have they?
And I don't know.
Have the organization went into black or what? Has anybody seen them? And of course, we know about the Rams. With the Rams, they still got the yard sale going on. So Seattle's on life support. Yeah. So right now, their biggest signing was Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, as a matter of fact. So
that's their best move yet so far.
Yeah.
But Ronbo, I think if we can kind of solidify that right tackle position right now, I would say that's the only piece that I'm concerned about, because looking at our drafts, we got 11 picks. We got 11 picks for this year's draft.
Yeah.
All 11 picks are not gonna make this team.
That's why they're gonna bundle them up and put them in a package and move up. Or
I'd rather
something.
bundle them up and see can we move up. At least if we can get in the second round, if we can get in the second round, I think that'd be good.
That would you have to get somebody with a lot of second round picks, I guess, or else you got to give up a first to get into the first round. So you give a first and a couple of thirds. You can get back in the first round if you really see something up there you want. Next year you don't get a first round pick again, but still.
We've done it. Yeah, we've done it before. You remember we traded back up to get that old crazy. What was that linebacker we had?
Reuben Foster.
Reuben Foster. We went back, because we traded back in the first round to get toward the end.
I was so excited.
Crazy.
Reuben damn Foster, Bama product, one of the best of all time. He could play. But Reuben, his women,
but Ronbo when he clowned at the combine, I knew that was a red flag right there.
Did ya? I just thought he may have had a quick temper, maybe.
No, Ronbo, it don't take. It don't take much. I mean, that was a red flag. When he clowned like he did at the combine, that was a red flag right there.
I mean, he completely showed his ass. He's the only person I've ever heard of that got sent home for misbehavior like that.
He could sent home like a little child, and then he clowns, and I think they was playing Tampa Bay on a road game, and he got some girl issues. When the season started, I'm like, I knew it. He came back to bite us.
Damn, Reuben. I was such a huge Reuben fan. When we drafted him, as you say, he was on the phone with the Saints, and Reuben said,
"Yeah,
wait a minute, I got another phone call. Hold on, 49ers." Yes, yes, Reuben wants to be a 49er. Let's go. And now,
right, yeah. That's why I said, man,
nothing can be done about it
just
now.
think if we had him and Fred Warner.
We did for a few minutes.
Man.
That was Fred's rookie year.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right? For a few minutes.
Yeah, just think if
or was that Navarro Bowman and Reuben that I'm thinking about were together for a few minutes?
It might, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm thinking him. I'm thinking that's him, and I think it's him and Fred. I think it's him. Fred, like I said, it's Fred's rookie year.
Yeah. And Reuben's exit.
Yeah.
And then Fred went to the Mike. and that was.
And Fred went to the mic. Yeah.
And from there, it's been history. So yeah, mistakes been made. The 49ers have learned a lot though in judging characters and things like that. We haven't had a lot of silliness like that since that year.
Right.
Uh,
You know.
so
But
yeah.
I think if we can lock down that right tackle, solidify that right tackle slot per draft or whatever,
Yeah.
So like I said, 11 draft picks are not gonna make this team.
Yeah. That'd be a waste anyway. They cutting them like that. That's just a waste. You could have used those draft picks and traded up. There's no doubt they're gonna do that.
Because it's one thing that if you stack up all of those draft picks, I mean that's fine. That looks good. But if you're not going to use them all, if we was like in a rebuilding, then we would need all of them. But we're still stacked, and so
and can't use those.
Some of those picks, they can. Yeah.
Well, Brian, always fun. Brian, I'll be back. Let's get together on Wednesday. Yeah.
Wednesday sounds good, Ronbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to the faithful, and shout out to production. The law is finally out.
Brian, appreciate you, fam. Can't wait to see you Wednesday. Have a great night and a great Sunday.
All right, Ronbo. You have a blessed night.
Thanks, fam. And let's bring him in here. The chief cook and bottle washer at the Dragon Empire. It is Papa Dragon. Bam, bam, boom, Papa Dragon.
Yo. What's up?
Papa, we're trying to look at the 49ers front office and try to decide whether or not they've grown as a cerebral unit. Have they started to connect the dots in a fashion which makes sense? We haven't got to the draft yet. I was about to say, we didn't pick up a lot of injured bodies or anything like that. I forgot about the draft. But, Bob, what's the most intelligent decision they've made in these pickups during free agency so far?
I don't know. I got a tie for 3 of them. I got tied for 3 decisions I thought were really good. Keeping Gibson for $2.9 million.
Oh, yeah.
That is an awesome deal. You just kept your highest interception leader of the team for $2.9 million.
That's brilliant.
Now, he may be 49 years old, but he can still play. I don't know when he's going to fall off. Exactly. It's good luck. I think number 2, I think that the move for the Gravedigger was a good move because when you put him on the line and passing situations, he theoretically is going to make the whole line better. So if you put Armstead on the same side as Bosa, and then the Gravedigger is next to whoever's rushing from the right end spot. I mean, he's really this. Who do you double team?
I love that you set that up too. On that right side of the Gravedigger is somebody who's probably not of the caliber as Nick. So now that person on the right side, Drake Jackson, becomes an animal. Yes, I like it, Pop. I like it. Continue.
One. So I think that's a great move overall. And then sometimes it's the move that you don't do, which is a great move. Not re-signing Mike McGlinchey was a great move. Because, man, that is a lot of money. If they got into a bidding war, or even even if it was like, half the guaranteed money to stay, that's still too much money for McGlinchey. Sorry.
McGlinchey, I like that.
It just is. I mean, I think he's like the Kyle Shanahan of offensive linemen.
Oh,
when he's doing when he's doing pretty good, it can be awesome. But man, when he messes up spectacularly.
In an embarrassing
fashion. And Kyle Shanahan's exactly the same damn way. He's the same kind of dude. There's just no steadiness. It's just he's awesome, but when he's not, oh Lord, why are you calling a 7-step drop in your own end zone? Do you even care about Jimmy G? Really?
I mean, run
Just
the ball, Kyle. Oh,
run the ball straight at him.
but he'll tell you that they didn't run that play properly is what the problem was. Kyle, you always have that look on your face when you say that too. God, it wasn't an intelligent play to call to begin with. God.
But going into the offseason, we knew that offensive line was a concern, and so was quarterback. And I still don't feel like we've addressed those particular areas, and we still have to do that before we can really, like I say, call ourselves a contender. And to me, what a contender is somebody who can go and win it. Period. Somebody who can go there and win, not just get there, but go there and win it.
And don't waste all that time getting there. Finish it.
Exactly. You don't want your Super Bowl chances going up in smoke on one pass. You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? You want to have multiple shots when you're going down that road, right?
So control that game.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. You have control of the game, and you just Mike McGlinchey it. Get hip tossed by somebody 100 pounds lighter than you are.
And the camera caught it, Mike. Oh,
I know, right? Looks like one of them dojo dudes in a Jimmy Seagal movie. Just get even Seagal get home.
Took him in one direction and brought him back another, and then the legs flat up in the air. Oh, Mike, get up! That's all I can think when he get up, Mike. Oh God.
And of course, I think the the honorable mention for best move could be Sam Darnold. And the only reason why I say that is that Sam Darnold is going to tell you a whole lot about your quarterback. If Sam Darnold wins the job, then, that's just going to decrease the likelihood that Trey is going to get it done in San Francisco. But if Trey wins the job over somebody who's had substantially more starts and more experience,
that means he is a diamond.
Yeah. Then that tells you that, okay, well, Trey Lance needs to continue to progress forward. The only way to progress forward is to play him.
Be on the field. Yeah.
So that's what you're really hoping for, is that Sam Darnold comes in and he sheds light on the mystery of Trey Lance. Now, again, he's a mystery to fans. I know how the 49ers feel about him. So, I think he is definitely going to get that chance. Now, the locker room may not have the patience for it, but overall, I believe that chance is going to come just because Purdy's going to have to heal up. And I think it's going to be very, very clear, right away why he was the 3rd overall pick when he displays the arm talent on the field, which is something that, Purdy can't match even when he's fully healthy. So is Purdy going to take a step backwards with his arm strength, which will be bad for him? These are things that we don't know. I love Purdy, though. I love everything about him. I love how feisty he is. I love how smart he is. He does all the little things. Right?
Defies Kyle Shanahan's instruction. I love that. Purdy was playing his own game a percentage of the time. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, he was.
I bet you Jimmy told him, listen, you got to do what you got to do.
Well, I said that a long time ago about Jimmy G. I said, and that's something that Brett Favre said. He said, you have to make a play to spite the coach sometimes. Because you're the one out there on the field. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Trey Lance is going to have to do that too. But like I say, Trey Lance has got to get his instincts right. He's got to stop trying to run through people. He's got to play NFL quarterback. Right. Now, he can do that. If he can stay on the field, then he's got a great chance. Because what you want is Trey Lance. If you're a 49er fan, the window stays open when you have a top 10 quarterback who routinely makes the Super Bowl. Your window stays open, just like the Packers' window has stayed open all those years
for 12
Aaron Rodgers
is
open. Now, they haven't gotten there, but it's still been open. They are still one of the teams you're talking about for a decade in the playoffs. True. And 49ers can get to there and get beyond that from the simple fact that if there's a secret out there, and Tom Brady has the secret.
Don't he?
Do what Tom Brady does. I'm just serious. Do what Tom Brady does. Okay? Step 1, marry supermodel. Step take less money. So they put players around you. That is the difference. And people don't find out why Tom Brady was so good, won all the championships, because he was smart enough to take less money so they can put players
and keep
around
some studs around you. Exactly.
Exactly. Put players around me. I don't want to be running for my life. Put some big bodies around me. Keep me clean. I'll take care of everything else.
Give me some offensive weapons.
Exactly. So it's like it's who's going to do that? Is it going to be Purdy the next guy to do that? To come off the rookie contract and say, hey, no. I don't want $70 million a year. Just give me $35 million. Or give me $25 million. I want a tackle. I want a guard. I want a tight end. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That guy, the next quarterback that does that is going to be the one that's going to win a bunch of rings. But I don't know if that's ever going to happen again. I don't know.
Gonna happen, but it's going to happen. I believe it's going to happen. Kyle and Lynch, they're football guys. I still think once they get started, whatever this hump is they can't get over, look out, because that means they have figured it out.
But you act the way you just said that very optimistically. To me, sounds like, oh yeah, well they're going to get this done in the next 5 or 6 years.
Ronbo, no, it's too long.
Year 8. They're going into year 8, Ronbo. That pressure from a big chunk of the fan base is that we want a ring now.
But Pop, I just want to reflect upon that. A lot of teams aren't even close to having that chance that we've gotten there. You gotta. If you look at everybody else, except for 4 or 5 teams that seem to be in that derby constantly, the rest of them don't count. It's just between us, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Dallas. There's only a few teams that are always in this mix, seemingly. Now the Bengals have come to the party, but the Bengals used to be a part of the party anyway. It's just, I don't know. But it's
right.
luck.
No, you're totally right. But remember, out of all those teams you just named, are we more like the Steelers or more like Dallas at this point? That's what's messing with me right now.
I threw up in my mouth.
Exactly. That's what's messing with me right now, Ronbo. That is what's messing with me right now. So the bottom line is that right now we see teams going out getting their quarterbacks and they're sticking with their guy. And the simple fact that we don't stand up in front, I'll go back in time. Back when Holmgren had this crazy quarterback named Brett Favre, and he stood up there in front of the press in the world and said, Brett Favre is my quarterback. We're going to either soar with him or we're going to sink with him. He said something like that in front of everybody.
You got to support that.
You got to pick a guy and then get behind that guy no matter what, whether it go through the bad times and then through the good times, because that's what it's going to ultimately take. You just can't all of a sudden you find somebody and it's like, we're so smart. We got Brock Purdy. No, you're not smart. You skipped over Brock Purdy for 7 rounds, just like everybody else did. And then instead of you saying Brock Purdy's the man, you call Ben Roethlisberger.
Listen,
don't sit here telling me that.
We need to do this Wednesday, Pop, because we got to go. Here's the thing, Pop. As long as Kyle Shanahan, and this is the thing I have made up my mind is the case, Kyle wants the glory. He wants the guy that got a quarterback that not everybody can use, and he used him in a way like a tool and won. And if that happens, Kyle's going to say, no, I just need a quarterback that can just do as I tell him, and I'll take him there every year. And he'll say with that face.
Is a football narcissist.
He is.
He is. I know we agree with that. 100%. He's a football narcissist. No one is as good as me. No one is as good as my team. No one is as good as my Cabo clique. If you were good enough, then you would be in Cabo with us. But Aiyuk, you're not good enough. You're in the doghouse. I'm taking Devo's fat ass to Cabo.
So we're getting bigger. Pop, we gotta go.
All right.
I'll see you Wednesday, Pop. You should have
it. Shout out to production, man.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you. My best to that Dragon Clan. Love them. Night, fam.
All right, man. Later.
Yeah, that's the thing we have to come to grips with, fam. Kyle Shanahan is going to be the one in the driver's seat. It's not going to be the quarterback. The quarterback's going to do as he's told. He's going to be a part of Kyle's Xbox. You know, I like Kyle because it's brilliant, and I like him because of his confidence. But there are times when I wish there'd be a little space in his head to allow for his quarterback to do some things on his own. So Kyle, don't get hey, here he is, Dollar Bill.
Hey, come back to me on the next call.
Okay. And hey, Tony. Tony comes in just after we got to talk about Kyle, so he could add to it. But Tony, before you start beating him up, and Kyle doesn't get beaten up. But tell me, what was the most brilliant move in the offseason in your eyes so far?
Well, I'm hoping that the addition of Hargraves will bring Armstead back to 2019 figures. Will free up and because when a major player like that leaves in a particular, like in a defensive line or offensive line,
it has impact.
All the guys work in tandem and they need help. You know what I mean, in certain areas. So
you leave those double teams. And
all
I got to do is take these guys out.
Yeah, I don't like these people that say, Aiyuk Armstead, he hasn't performed. Well, he pushes the pocket.
I've been telling people that.
Right?
I know.
But
all they know is stats.
Got no help. Yeah, that's right. But if you're watching football, if now that he's got this guy next to him, it opens up a plethora of opportunities to get more sacks, to be more disruptive. There's
absolutely
somebody else there that's just as big a badass as you are. You know what I mean?
And Tony, you notice when DeForest Buckner left, couldn't people put that together? Armstead's production slid because he had a maniac next to him. Yeah,
that's right.
Defensive line, you need that kind of cohesion. One guy can't do it. Now, from an offensive coordinator, take out Armstead, and everybody else, we're going to go one-on-one. We're going to chip him. We're going to use a tight end. We're going to use, we're going to do everything. We got two guys they got to worry about. Of course, Armstead's production is going to go down.
That's right. And it has done, like you said, since Buckner was gone. So, but the two of them together.
Oh, Jesus.
That's why, when players get in sync, I said a long time ago, maybe sometime last year, combinations are important on a game like football.
Yep.
And the combination of Buckner and Armstead, you've seen what kind of havoc they could, do on other teams. So hopefully it gets back to that.
It's just too much violence.
Hoping for.
Yep.
Yeah. They bounce off each other. They complement each other, and they things like that. But I am worried about Brandon Aiyuk.
Has he said anything? I've been keeping an eye on it. He hasn't said anything in a couple of days.
No, he hasn't said anything. He hasn't said much. But what I'm thinking, Ronbo, is the 49ers are a shifty bunch.
Right? They really are.
When it comes to the front office, okay? Now, this guy never got hurt. He played every single snap, every single game last season, right?
Yeah.
And his contract's coming up next year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking to myself, these guys are going to limit the amount of ball they're going to give to him because Shanahan's like Papa Dragon said, narcissistic football coach.
We're going to run the ball.
All right. And they're going to limit the amount of snaps they give to him so that at the end of the year, they can try and lowball him. So, well, you only made just almost 1,000 yards and blah, 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 blah. So what do you want? We can't give you that much.
That would be low down and dirty, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. I do.
Well, I honestly believe they're capable of doing that.
Tell you what, Tony, in the first we picked number second day. We're late down in the third round, nearly fourth, right? You know, if the 49ers pick up a wide receiver, one of the premier wide receivers, instead of an offensive lineman or a tight end, you know something's up because the 49ers always love to draft in advance for players who are not going to re-sign. They've done it every year.
You look at Danny Gray and Jordan Mason. Yeah, Jordan Mason. What a player! He goes for an 80-meter run. Carl benches him.
Immediately.
Immediately. What is wrong with you, my friend?
If you were standing on the sideline with him, Tony, you ask him that. Well, you ask him just like that. He'd say, I can't have him asking for too much money. We're going to need him going down the stretch next year." And I wouldn't be surprised if he really said that. God, we need to win this game, Kyle.
Down the stretch. It's not like the guy got injured, right? And he's always crying about. He's always bullshitting him. Oh well, you know, he needs to get seasoned up, and he takes an inward breath after every sentence. I don't know if anybody's noticed that, but how's he supposed to get experience, Kyle, if you won't put him on the goddamn field?
And he doesn't fumble, and that's what you know how that Kyle is about fumbles. He'll bench you for that. I don't know what that is about.
Yeah, but we will see. We've lost some strike players there. We've lost a lot of players actually. I mean,
he really did.
All those dudes
more than anybody else,
there,
Tony.
so,
$83 million is what the 49ers let go in annual contracts. So
well, we hope that the development guys have come along to a point where they can slot them in. But then what do? We could draft for depth, or it's all a little bit confusing at the moment. Plus, you don't know what these guys are going to pull on the day. You know, they might package 3 first-round picks just to get into the second round.
They gotta. You can't. 11 picks is too many. You need to do something with all those picks because you're just wasting them because you're going to cut those guys. They're not going to make the team. A draft pick is going to come in and beat out some of the guys who already got on the team. No, you got to get rid of those picks.
OBJ's gone to Kansas City.
Did he make it? Is he finally over there now?
I think so.
I know he wanted to. Okay.
They were saying, I heard today that DeAndre Hopkins is going to go for a steal.
Not in KC.
Not in KC, but
no. Hopkins definitely on the market. Yeah.
The offers that have been offered to him are 5th-round picks and things like that because he's got a bit of a contract to renegotiate. But
D-Hop's not a teenager anymore either, so.
Yeah, I know, but he's got experience. And
the guys.
Look, some of those guys, if you put D-Hop, Ronbo, and OBJ on the field, just their presence alone will attract defenders.
They have to.
They don't have to do anything. They just got to cover all bases, right? So that opens up your team, your schematic capabilities wide open. But sometimes when you get these guys, I know they're old, right? And I know, but they've got a lot of experience and they demand respect.
Yeah.
So,
especially with our quarterback situation, we got 2 kids. They need an experienced receiver. That's going to help them through every game. So that the 49ers did need to sign, but we got. When you think about Debo, when you think about Aiyuk, they've got enough veteranship now. So
imagine putting the D-Hop and OBJ on the field with Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel. Who are you going to double team? What are you going to do? I don't know what the hell's going to happen.
You're going to get killed. If they work out in practice every week, okay. Because Hopkins' hands are just ridiculous. And you can't double team him if you got OBJ on the other side. So, yeah, that's a lot of money between 2 ball players, though.
Yeah, but then you can swap those combinations around every snap. Yes, you put Aiyuk and Jennings on the next snap with OBJ.
Yeah, because neither one of them are going to make it to a whole season. That's the thing. Because they're both to the point now where they get hurt. So,
Yeah, you just put them on for limited snaps.
Limited
Just
snaps.
put them on like
Keep them on account.
decoys to attract fucking things and just confuse everybody.
Keep them on account. Well, Tony, we run our clock. Hey, Tony, I'll be back Wednesday looking for you, though. And let's talk badly about Kyle.
Kyle's going to talk badly about himself one day. Don't worry about that.
Finally, Kyle admits you blew it, didn't you, Kyle? Yeah, that was one of the dumbest plays I've ever called, and if I had a chance to take it back, I would. There were 3 or 4 plays today that I'm not sure if my kid pissed me off last night, and I haven't gotten over it yet.
I had my quarterback kicked me in the nuts in the locker room and left.
Tony, have a great day. I'll see you Wednesday.
See you, brother. Shout out to the Empire and see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
And 49 Brown says, I'm getting you a pair of Ronald McDonald Debo shoes. Debo is, just don't give me Debo's butt, the hips and everything. Debo, man, you gotta streamline a little bit, will ya? Thanks for that contribution, 49 Brown. Hey, Bill.
What's up, Ronbo? You caught me in the middle of a grind on Destiny. I was in the middle of a competitive match when you got me up.
How'd you do?
With a bunch of Cowboy fans. They were so angry. They're salty.
Oh, no. We fully support that.
Surrounded.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, they figured they're going to tag team me.
How'd you do?
I got my username as 49ers, so die hard all the way.
Oh yeah.
And they're angry, like, oh no, we can't let this happen. But they, end up having the match tied. Everybody else they didn't know what they were doing. It's whatever. But I didn't lose, so
Good. Never lose to a Cowboy. Hey,
no.
But Bill, you've seen the moves the 49ers have made. Which one do you think is going to benefit the team as the most brilliant move of the offseason 2023?
I'm gonna sit, wait, and see. I'm not gonna get excited. We lost a lot of key players. We got a kicker. Let's see how he does. Heard his health is a problem, but they said the same thing about Robbie Gould, and he turned out to be good. So
Hall of Fame.
I'll bite my tongue and wait on that.
Robbie's first ballot Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he came in, and they were saying the same thing about him a while ago. People don't remember. So I can just say this much, I can say chances of ever. I don't think Kyle's really trying to go all in, or he would have sent some old ladies to Tom Brady's house and said, hey, come out of retirement, don't sign the papers, come to the Niners, retire as a 49er, huh?
How do you know those old ladies still aren't over there, parked out in front of Tom's house?
He needs to send a bunch of them holding a sign. We love you, Tom. And I'm talking, they got to be 70 plus.
Right? Bringing them cookies. And Tom, you don't have to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we know what your situation is. We brought you, girls, one of your favorites, and there's no strawberries. Tom, he owns a team now. Part owner.
I heard. I heard. And that's where I think he might not come out.
Is that
because they doing persuasion on that.
WNBA?
He might just stay gone. But if he's smart, he can still own a team and still play. I mean, that add more to his revenue, more to his stuff. He retires as a 49er.
Yeah, he's just gonna be a figurehead anyway.
But it would add more to it, and if he retires in his childhood dream, he'll be able to have more inspirational talk to the team. Hey, I retired. I got to play for a team I want, win a Super Bowl, and now I'm a commentator and I'm an owner of a team, and he wins a Super Bowl with the 49ers, got over the hump, and, all that. And you know what? It would just bring so much more. That'd be so much. If Roger Goodell's so in love with Tom, that would be the storybook ending. The storybook ending. The 49ers winning the Super Bowl with Tom Brady. And I understand you want Trey Lance and still relevant, Brock Purdy, but I want to give them a little time to heal so we don't put them out too early and they get injured and we lose those quarterbacks. Because we got to think after this season, who are we going to have after this season? I want those two to be the future. Does that make sense, Ronbo?
Oh, hell yeah. Hey,
I don't want them to get on the field and have a career-ending injury because we put them out too soon.
You know, this is just what happens. I'm starting to become numb to that because I know we're going to. So I like having 2 and 3 quarterbacks. Listen, Bill, you know, I just realized from what you're saying, for some reason I think Tom's going to take this year off and let his mind, you know, because he just went through a traumatic experience, losing his family breakup like that. And also, I figure he doesn't really, his heart's not in the game right now, but it will be. This time next year, Tom's going to get that itch because he's a very healthy guy. And Tom's going to say, you know, I could go back one more year.
He has a contract to start the following season, not this season, but the following season with commentary.
Well, he's still Tom. If he doesn't want to take that, he'll get out of that. He says, guys, listen, I need one more year, and I guarantee no more fooling around. I'll be in the booth in 2026. Just let me do it. Or 2025.
Plus, he lost the Cowboys, so that's kind of hard for him, you know. As a childhood, growing up as a 49er fan, lose to a team that is your rival, you don't like. I mean, that's something that's not going to be easy for him to get over on that, supposedly. I mean, if it's not bothering him, he would come out of retirement and play. But I'm going to call it Tom. Yeah, I think you're bothered by losing to the Cowboys. Go ahead and take a year off. If not, call Jay York and Kyle Shanahan and Lynch and say, hey, I want to play for the team. And so I'm going to put a message out to him. If I'm wrong, do that. If not, take a year off and recuperate from losing to the Cowboys. I mean, that's something he ain't going to get over. We own him. We beat him. I mean, he came in. Just think about the stuff we would have behind Tom. We got a running game. It would make the defense honest. If they stack the box, our receivers will eat them up. If they go open, our running back will eat them up. I mean, it makes it so much better.
That brilliance when games are on the line. If Brady's on the field and you need something done, he's most likely going to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm waiting to see more moves. I'm watching out, and I've been kind of quiet, looking around, paying attention, seeing what linemen we're going to get, you know, some of the people we got, and see what we're going to do in the draft. Hopefully, I think it'll be linemen in the draft. I think it's what it might be. He might do some O-linemen and a few defensive players. I don't think we're going to get a wide receiver. We might get a wide receiver if a good one's available. But other than that, I think it's what's going to happen. Defensive player or O-lineman.
Not till 6th round. Receivers are last on the list of priorities. The 49ers, they're not unhappy with the receiving group. In fact, I don't know. They might, if they get a receiver, I was just joking about getting in 3rd round, picking one first because they don't want to do Aiyuk's contract. Unless who's the best receiver in college football right now that you think?
I haven't really looked at that. I have to do some stats because I'm really not going to pay attention towards draft day because a lot of times I look at the good ones and I say something, they get picked.
I know.
So I'm going to keep quiet.
We got to wait for Big Show. There's a guy to ask because I wonder if there's anything that could fall in the 3rd round that could be anywhere near Aiyuk effective. And if that is the case, the 49ers might eat that up. And if they do, then you know they're up to something.
Question. If you have a chance to get a good wide receiver or a good lineman, O-lineman, what would you get?
O-lineman without even a thought.
Thank you. So that's exactly, you know, I think we're getting what we need. And hopefully our quarterbacks could be okay. I'm worried. Hopefully their surgery goes well. When it comes time to preseason, we got like a little bit more time ahead of us and just wait it out, see how things go. But, you know, I know Brock Purdy's good. I know Trey Lance is good, but I don't want them injured because that's our future. That's our future, Ronbo.
Well, yeah.
So, we got 2 great quarterbacks. Who could say that about their team? 2 great quarterbacks. Not good, but great quarterbacks.
I just want to hurry up and see it soon. This next season would be nice.
That would be, wouldn't it? Just be ecstatic, be happy, relax, and see how we go. And I want a Niners shout-out for all you Cowboys fans out there. Get over it with the salt. It's going to happen again. You're going to have a good year. You're going to meet us in the playoffs. I want you in the NFC Championship because that's going to hurt worse. I want you to see you undefeated, almost undefeated till we beat you in the season, but then, beat you again in the NFC Championship, send you home, And I think your last living cheerleader, that last time you won a Super Bowl, Cowboys, even been to one, I think he's turning 75.
Yeah.
Niner shout out.
Niners! Bill, the man living in Texas and talking about the Cowboys. Well, Bill, we salute you.
Very hated. Have a nice day.
You too, fam. Well, it's a big show. Oh, it's a big show on tonight. Show.
What's up, Ronbo?
So, man, I was just, as you might have heard, I just mentioned it. We got to get with show. A great wide receiver that could be had possibly in the third round. Does that individual even exist? And would the 49ers...
They do. They exist.
They do. I know. I bet you the
They
tight ends
exist
do.
every year.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's nothing to worry about there.
You sold me on that philosophy we now go by. Never pick up a wide receiver in the first round because he is inevitably going to get hurt.
Jamar
Chase. Well, that's a little different story. That's true.
Yeah, then you go ahead and pull the trigger on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's what we should have done with the third pick in 2021, I think. But that's neither here nor there. But that's not what I'm here to talk about tonight. I'm here to talk about the smartest offseason decision that we've made so far, and that's not pay Brock Purdy $27.5 million after 8 games.
Yeah, it's true. Brock's in his first year. He can't even say anything,
Yeah, that's been the smartest decision I think we made so far. Javon Hargrave. Javon Hargrave is the second most decision we made. And I think the most interesting one so far, and people are sleeping on, is Sam Darnold. They're not looking at the contract, and they're just thinking he's this third-string quarterback that's going to be sitting all year, which is not the case, I don't think, and you don't think. If you pay him $4 million for the incentives of reaching all the way up to $11 million, then that's going to even push him. It's going to push him more just to get out the competition in training camp.
And so, Jed would probably have a problem. You're paying him how much? He's going to be our third string quarterback? No, Jed, we got. You're going to be happy with what happens. Just stay calm. Wouldn't you, Show? You guys paid $4 million for a guy to sit down and play third string. Hell, I'd play third string quarterback for $4 million.
No. And with all due respect to Bill, Trey's not the future. Let's come back down to reality here. That experiment failed, and I think they're quite honestly ready to move on from him after this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they just try to boost up his trade value a little bit by playing him a little bit and to show other teams what he has. And I think we're going to be moving on from him after this year. It's been 3 years. He's had plenty of opportunity to show us what he got, show us what he's got, and he couldn't unfortunately stay on the field. And we've tried that with Jimmy Garoppolo, and it didn't succeed. And they're just tired of quarterbacks getting hurt all the time. You know what I mean? So I think that ship has sailed. You can't wait any longer on that ship. Ronbo,
the getting hurt is just something I just can't see. The 49ers can't seem to get around that. And we haven't seen. Trey hasn't even played yet. This is why I reserve judgment on him.
It's been 4 years, Ronbo.
I know, but the thing is, we've seen nothing about the time because he's laying up in pain. So I don't know. I'll see. We'll see.
It's not like he's going to come back. It's not like he's going to come out and shock us all. That's never happened before with a quarterback.
Well, it did.
Always been constantly injured.
I was shocked at that for sure. I had no idea that he was going to come out there and do what he did.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah.
Coming back from injury, like Jimmy was never the same coming back after injury. And I don't think Trey is going to be the same coming back after injury, and neither is Brock. I really don't think. It's just
Well,
it's that position, man. Like when you get injured and you're freaked out about doing things, your mind is not the same anymore. You're scared of getting hurt now. You know?
yeah. In the NFL, if you're going to be scared, you might as well not even come back out there, period, then, because you're going to get hurt just for that reason alone. If you're playing outside of what you always do, yeah, they're going to hurt you again. That is not a game.
I mean, how many quarterbacks have we seen come back from injury and just blow up the league? None.
Or better yet, Show, how many quarterbacks have we seen Kyle Shanahan have that didn't get blasted, hurt seriously? Every last one of them. Well, except for Hoyer. He left. Yeah.
I mean, that ship is sailed. I mean, we got to move on from it. It's not gonna. You guys are holding on to false hope, thinking that it's gonna be something different when it's not. So,
I don't know.
And the other signing that I'm surprised and is a surprise. Joe Feliciano, the center that we got from the Giants.
Oh,
I didn't
John
know he was
Feliciano. You're right. Center
Joe
guard.
Feliciano, yeah, or something like that. Center guard, yeah. I didn't know he was their starting center. Was he their starting center last year?
I think so. And he played most of the schedule. I don't know why they let him go.
He might have been a cap casualty or something like that, or they're looking in another direction. And speaking of centers, I hear we're meeting quite a lot with Juice Briggs, the center from Penn State. We met with him twice. We met him at the combine, and we met him again at his pro day. So they're obviously looking for depth at center, or they're looking for another center to be competitive and compete for the starting position.
Sounds like got a
Jake
1-year
Brendel.
contract.
I mean, Jake Brendel is obviously not impressing them very much if they're actually out there looking for centers. You know,
he just paid Brendel a pretty hefty contract for him.
Yeah, I mean,
but you can move that contract. You can trade. He's got people looking for him.
He's easily
you can still
movable.
trade that.
He's easily movable and cuttable. Yeah, it's not going to affect the cap at all. His money is not guaranteed. I don't think, if I'm not mistaken. So
okay. Tony says that center position is a weak class this season. Show, are you impressed with that guy they're talking to, as you mentioned?
I like Alex Forsyth out of Oregon more because he blocked for Justin Herbert and made Justin Herbert what he is out to be today. But Juice Briggs, I don't know. I have to look more into him. So far I'm not impressed. But I my opinion might change if I go back and look at this film more. And I can't say anything more on him, honestly. I mean, we met him twice, and so
that's why I trust you, Show, because you're highly critical when it comes to football players. Almost sometimes to the point, even I think, Show, you were a little bit tough on him, weren't you? But I still
somebody's
got
to be. So. But yeah, those are the signings that I think are the smart decisions that we made so far. I am so glad we can pay Brock Purdy $28 million like we did with Jimmy after just 8 games.
No, that was never going to happen.
That was
anyway.
a huge blessing in disguise, huge blessing.
But Jimmy was going to leave that year. That was the final year of his contract. You had to do something with him or else let him leave, right? And you didn't get what's his name from McCarthy. So, but Brock's got 3 more years before he can even say anything. Or, well, 2 more at minimum.
I mean, actually, he doesn't really have
2 more.
He was drafted the last pick in the draft, so he doesn't really have much leverage.
You still get 4 years.
His contract will not affect. His contract won't affect our cap at all. I mean,
no.
He's only getting paid $900,000. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and for the 49ers even
we
call
can let him go anytime. I mean,
yeah. And if he does get crazy and he does a great job, now the 49ers might think about either we trade him and we can get back a first-round draft pick because it was a mistake. Yeah, so he can't get crazy. That was never going to happen.
What do you think's going to happen draft night, Robert? Do you think we'll make more trades for another player?
Oh, absolutely. Show that. Even I know you know this. There's too many picks. Well, 11 picks.
Yeah.
7 of them would have to get cut. That's a waste. Bundle them up.
Speaking of
Move up.
receivers, I hear Denver's looking to get some draft capital since they barely have any picks this year for trading for Russell Wilson and next year. That they're looking to move on from Jerry Jeudy. I would package a couple of picks and a pick next year to get him. I mean,
you see what Peyton said though. Peyton said, "Let me kill this right now." Neither one of those guys.
We're not trading both of them. Yeah,
So I don't know, but like you say, that might be.
We'll see about that.
Yeah, they always say that, don't they? Yeah.
Yeah, just like we said, DeForest Buckner's going to be a 49er for a long time. Yeah, come on.
Had he taken that $18 million at least. Anyway.
Yeah.
Always great to talk to you.
All right. So, and Papa Dragons forgot to add that we also called Phillip Rivers. So.
No. Kyle, he's a frightening man sometimes. If I was a quarterback, I would not want to come to San Francisco because I know how Kyle is.
You're most likely to get injured. So and
injured
have a career injury or
disrespected or told, listen, here's what I want. And I don't want this, this, and this. This play right here, you went here. Look at this. All right, let me roll this back. You got Jawan Jennings wide open. That's a touchdown. Kyle is rough. It's hard to play for him. That's why I still salute Jimmy. He actually functioned and got some things done while Kyle was riding him and finally said something about it just before he left. He should have said something earlier. But, he's gone, so that's fine. Good luck, Jimmy.
All right. Shout out to the TNT fam, if we still even exist. I mean, I haven't heard any of them from a long time.
They've been very quiet, haven't they? Hey, Trez!
I know, right? I know, Trez, come on in, man. You're always calling in. And shout out to Papa Dragons and Tony and Jalen, of course. You all take care and have a great night.
You too, fam. Look forward to it. I'll be back Wednesday with you. Thank you,
Oh,
sir.
for sure. All right, take care. All
right. It's Donut and Tanisha. Shout out to Big Show. Show, you heard it. You'll see it on the chat. Chris, I don't hate Kyle. I'm just saying, I really feel bad for JG because everybody gave him the absolute shit the whole time. And all he was doing what he was told most of the time. So, that's why I'm actually looking forward to see what he looks like outside of Kyle's grasp. But Kyle, he's a good coach, but he's got to trust. Those trust issues he's got to get up off that, accelerate a little bit. Let guys work. Let them work. Every now when they're messing up, let them know. Get on them. But in the meantime, let them work. Let them work. Anyway, because they're going to grow that way anyway. Your quarterback's not going to grow if your coach is like, whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, Levi.
What's up, Ronbo?
Levi, man. Hey, Levi, we're looking at the most brilliant move the 49ers made in this offseason so far.
Well, I mean, brilliant. I don't know if I give any brilliant.
There's no brilliance, right? Yeah. Well, what do you think was the best move?
Okay, well, I guess the Hargrave move was good. He's supposed to be like a really great thing. Hopefully, he still got that in him going into the year. Sometimes players always get that year where they drop off. But
Levi, don't
right
say
now,
it.
He's like the most significant. Hopefully, the offensive lineman moves will be good.
They're done with that. They've already got John Feliciano. They lost Mike.
Yeah, so hopefully
and,
that works
they're looking
out.
at the draft.
They'll find a line trio that can be competent.
Maybe Nick, what's his name? Zakel? Maybe Zakel, they've worked with him for a year. He was a healthy scratch each and every week, as was Aaron Banks last year. Aaron Banks, he turned out to be a monster. He's going to be better. Maybe Nick's that way. They talk about him all the time. Nick Zakel. Zakel. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see.
I'm just hoping that our running game doesn't decline with my boy Mike McGlinchey gone. I mean, I know some people are happy he's gone, but
I know, right? Mike was one of the
key blocks last.
He was always. He's one of the best in the league, Levi. When it comes to road grading,
I know, but
Mike is second to
everybody
nobody.
want to talk about is the
pass
I
protection.
know, but people see the embarrassing plays and they're like, man, I don't want this guy. He's embarrassing. It's like that kid that got a lot of potential, but he's embarrassing. You're like, man, I want to hide him.
Well,
He's kind of
one-dimensional,
like,
Levi. It's hard to find an offensive lineman that can run. He's one-dimensional. Mike, it's hard to find an offensive lineman that can run, block, and protect, unless it's Quentin Nelson, you know. But Quentin Nelson is a freak, so you're not going to get those too often.
Okay, so we always expecting the perfect offensive lineman.
Yeah, I know.
I just want an offensive lineman to help get the job done.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about him. He left Levi's law firm when he signed with another team. So
and got
I'm done defending him.
$18 million. Damn, Mike. Go, Mike.
Well, we'll see. I guess we're going to find out if that money was well spent or if all the haters can be right. I'm pretty sure that the Jimmy haters are now waiting. They dusting their hands off. All right, let's see what Jimmy can do now that he got a familiar coach that knows him. So there shouldn't be that much excuse. I even saw his press conference. He said, I don't want to be given the job. You probably won't be given the job because who you got to compete with?
Yeah.
I'm like, Jimmy, who you have to compete with? Sounds great.
He just got to be. You got to sound humble when you first came in. Don't be coming in with no attitude. Remember, Jimmy's the same guy who said, "Jimmy, you're going to be starting behind Trey Lance." I got no problem with that. If you got a problem with that, you need to check that ego at the door. Jimmy Garoppolo.
I know, but he said, I don't want to be given the job. I want to earn it. I'm like, yeah.
You got to say that, Levi.
Let them draft a new quarterback, and then
They're
they'll
going
need
to.
something like, okay, I'm competing with the new guy. Like,
I think the Raiders
don't have
will.
no competition. Who is this competition?
They're going to draft a quarterback, I think. Jimmy's deal is for what, 2 years? He's on a 2-year trial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ain't even getting paid that much.
He's got an incentive package. But yeah,
So
Jimmy's got to come.
We'll see him. I've always been looking forward to see Jimmy on another team. He got a great wide receiver. I think their offensive lineman is pretty good. I mean, they did decent against our defensive line. So I don't know what they're going to have in a running game. I don't know if they're keeping Josh Jacobs. I heard.
Oh, Josh is definitely going to be part of the mix. With Jimmy, okay, your offensive lineman is going to look better than they actually are because he's going to get rid of the ball quick. That's the thing what they did with Patriotville. Tom Brady made his offensive line look good too because he wasn't holding the ball. You got to get rid of the ball. That's what they're going to do. That's how McDaniels raised him.
Yeah. So, we'll see. I'll slightly pay attention just to see if the haters are right or wrong. Just to see. You ain't got Kyle. You ain't got anything. We'll see if you can continue being good or you'll fizzle out and everybody say, see, we told you it was a bump. We'll figure that out. Don't really care if he's not for
He's got Renfro and Adams.
Jimmy is also left. Yeah, so for right now, Jimmy Garoppolo, he's also out of my law firm. I can't defend him no more. At least, I'm not going to defend him if he plays bad. Even if he does do good, they'll be like, okay.
It's none of our business now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but now I got, my main client is still here. And I know y'all been talking junk about him.
Kyle?
You know what I'm talking about, Ronbo?
Shanahan?
You know it. I was here. I was on listening to y'all thing, and you just, mm-hmm.
No, yeah.
He
Kyle's
got those issues. Yeah, he does.
He does. Kyle just, Kyle's got to bend a little. There's no bend in Kyle, And I understand that because he's very brilliant.
Here's why I'm going to defend Kyle.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's what I'm going to defend Kyle. Like, which one of these quarterbacks we have that you want to give that leeway? Trey Lance got hurt because you came on saying that, no, Kyle, you don't give him that type of thing. I want you to bring him in and bang. You can't have it both ways, Ronbo. You can't tell Kyle hold back on him and then say, Kyle, let him be free. You got to choose a side, Ronbo. Which is the side? Do you want him to hold his quarterback's hands and say, this is a Madden, I want you to play the plays? Or you want him to say, okay, I'm going to do your plays and I want you to work.
Can I just defend that point right there? With Trey, he still has a lot of training to get. He only played 1 year of college ball. You went right into the pros. He needs some training. But if he's not ready to go on the field, and I think Kyle has issues with his playing his style. That's the only reason why Kyle would run him. He didn't run Brock. So, I mean, Kyle's got to, don't put him out there if you're going to get him killed, then, Kyle. Wait.
All right, now.
You
Okay,
know?
now I'm going to defend Kyle. Okay, now it's my turn to defend my client on those claims.
Shit, go ahead.
You said, people like to say, hey, why did Kyle let this guy do this and let this guy do that? I always take you back to one of the comments that Kyle says, or not even Kyle, like one of the quarterbacks said, like Brock Purdy. We like Brock Purdy, right?
Yeah.
Right? You
Yeah.
still like him, right?
I do.
Okay. What did Brock Purdy say? Brock Purdy said that in one of his interviews that he was going over plays he liked with Kyle Shanahan. And then, he called the plays, did what he needed to do with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
That tells me that Kyle Shanahan is not just playing Madden with his thing. He might be, he's also seeing what plays that the players seem to be comfortable with, and he's fitting it in his game plan. Like, ultimately, yeah, he's going to choose the plays, but he's choosing plays. And one of the things I heard about Trey Lance was how smart he is. Maybe I was just listening to the wrong people that was telling me that Trey is a lot of IQ, smart young lad, he's all this. And, you like this, dude ain't that smart. Kyle Shanahan need to hold back on him. Like, he don't need to give him plays where he can make decisions. Take the decisions out of his hands. That's what it feels like, Ronbo. It feels like you saying take the decisions out of his hands and call safe plays for him.
Kyle is looking at what he thinks he's capable of. And that's why he wasn't zipping the ball all over the field. Kyle's running him off tackle. Now, that tells me, and Kyle he knows better than to do that if he doesn't have to. Get the ball out of your quarterback's hand, Kyle. What is he doing running power right, power left? So that tells me there was something wrong in the passing game.
All right. Okay, so, Rumble, let's defend that right there. To get the ball out of quick, you usually got to throw, like, short intermediate throws, right? Because you ain't going to throw long passes trying to get the ball out quick. Oftentimes, if you need to. Right?
Yeah, Debo and George Kittle. That's what you want to do. Yeah. You got CMC.
So now I got a question.
Well, later you did.
What was they talking about that Trey Lance, you kept hearing around Trey Lance's throwing percentages in training camp?
Not good.
What was his percentage?
30-something.
30? Yeah, that's worse. I was hearing he's like around 50%, a little over, maybe a little under.
Well, I did hear some. I heard some 30 couple. You're right. I heard 50s. Yeah. In other words, it was.
So basically, he wasn't at that point an accurate thrower in football, right? Would you say Trey Lance currently not an accurate thrower in football, right?
Well, that's what they were saying. Yeah.
All right. And what is Jimmy Garoppolo? What's one positive thing people say? He's in what? Mostly accurate thrower to football, right?
Yeah. It gets the ball out quick.
What did Brock Purdy do? He was a fairly accurate thrower of the football. What is Kyle Shanahan trying to do? What is that we are always beating up Kyle Shanahan for not doing? What? Winning the big game.
Yeah.
So what is Kyle Shanahan going to be doing? His main goal is to try to win games.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to bring this quarterback in, but I need to call plays that I think this player can do to win games, and he's not accomplishing it. And because he's not accomplishing it, we don't want to blame Trey if we like Trey. So we said, well, I'm going to blame Kyle Shanahan because he called the play, and Trey Lance picked the well, it was a play that they had like 2 or 3 options, and Trey Lance decided to power run in the middle and got himself hurt. And he said, Kyle, why you call that play? And then the next move, Kyle Shanahan, why don't you give your quarterback some freedom?
Wait a minute. Wait. Prosecution has actually reworded the whole concept. Now, here's the thing. It wasn't Trey. He wasn't capable of making that decision. I don't think that they worked hard enough in the offseason or whatever they needed to do, because that was a mistake and it cost him. But
I'm
listen,
glad you was right.
I
know you live closer, so I guess you was at the training thing and you was seeing him run plays. You're like, dang, man.
Listen, Levi.
I don't think he's ready for run option.
Yeah, well, Levi, if I was a judge and listen to your case, I'd give it to you. You're absolutely right. Really. Yeah, every point you made.
You got to call plays that you think that's going to work. Sometimes it don't work.
A lot of times. But you
It
know what?
happens,
Most of the time,
Ronbo.
actually, most of
If
the
he's
time they
not
do
calling
work.
pass plays for him, it's because he doesn't feel the pass plays at this present time
Is his
is going to lead
strength.
to a W, which we
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. I want him to get up to speed, or don't put him out there then. Like they forced him out there because they were trying to get rid of Jimmy. I understand that. They want to save money. But at the same time, and get some picks. But at the same time, don't kill that kid. you know? Anyway, we'll see what's going to happen this year because I really have a feeling about that Darnold move. We'll see. But anyway.
I don't. I just think that would have been a good move when we went to the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right, Ronbo. I'll see you, Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah. All right.
All right. Hopefully something interesting will happen until then.
Yeah, you know it will. All right, fam. Levi, I appreciate you, man, because we haven't heard from you in a minute. Good stuff. Always.
All right.
Night, Levi.
Bye-bye.
And let's go check. Of course, it's Chill Pill Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil. Well, Phil, we're finding things to talk about till things get underway here in the next couple of draft coming up and everything. But listen, Phil, you look at the moves the 49ers are making. Every season, the 49ers are becoming the situations cause them to be tested more and more to make good moves. They started off the season by letting everybody know they didn't have any money, and then they proceeded to have the biggest release of annual salaries in the league at nearly $100 million, approaching it at 83. So now what they've done is they went out and did what they did with Hargraves. You got Sam Darnold. You got this kid Isaiah Oliver. They plugged up those holes that they let those guys go with. Well, it remains to be seen how well they plugged up those holes. But you know what I mean? Phil, those are three moves I just picked out. Did you have a move that you thought was spectacular by the 49ers and worth standing and applauding about?
I mean, Hargrave is the best. I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
The guy is a stud, and we're going to see it. I think when you see an interior lineman that can rush the passer like he can and also go against a run and get leverage against the inside and take double teams. He was the guy that took double teams for Philly all year long.
And still came up with
still
sacks.
got 10.5 sacks. So he's going to be a stud in the middle. And he plays every game. That's the other thing. He doesn't get hurt.
And strongly.
But I think the biggest thing we did was not listen to Papa Dragon, Big Show, and Aussie Guy. Those are the three guys we didn't listen to, and that was the biggest thing.
Calling guys out. They're gonna Phil. Phil, you're ready for that. They're gonna come and get you as soon as they get a chance.
Well, whatever. They can come. Bring them on. Come on.
But specifically,
$27 million. I heard that from Big Show. What the hell? That was never even considered.
Phil, I missed that. Say it again.
$150,000. So come on, man. Just be realistic. And the other thing is, I get over this quarterback thing, and Brock Purdy, to me, is the guy. I saw that when he played those 8 games. He had it between the ears. And that's what you need as a quarterback. More than physical skills. You can have all the physical skills. There's very few quarterbacks that have physical skills and have it between the ears like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
but if you don't have it between the ears, you're nothing.
Special when it comes to that. They'll complete
he's
package.
Special. But you're not going to get that every draft.
And as you say, and Brady, cerebral monster, but no physical abilities.
No, Brady didn't have the physical skills.
No, that's what I'm saying. But he was brilliant.
He was between the ears. Joe Montana didn't have a big arm.
But yeah.
You remember when we drafted Drunkenmiller? Big arm, huge kid. had nothing between the ears.
Yeah, there's one big arm quarterback, and he's having trouble. Josh Allen, I think, gets way more love than he actually deserves. We'll see.
No, I agree. I agree with that. You know, he's got a big arm, but, you know, he runs well, but he's not the best quarterback as far as distributing the ball. And, you know, I think Joe Burrow is really good.
Yeah.
I think Mahomes is really good.
Yeah.
I think, other than that,
Russell
those are
Wilson,
the only two quarterbacks
in his prime,
I would go for right now.
was
Aaron
really
Rodgers
good.
is way too old.
Yeah, Rodgers. I feel like we need to write a book about Rodgers because of his character alone. Rodgers, you know, if he gets over himself and humbled himself down, he'd have 2 or 3 more rings. You know what? He really would.
He's a drama queen. So, whatever. But you know what? Brock Purdy, I think, has it between the ears. We don't get that. And, you know, I think he's the guy, honestly. You know, he's got that little short quickness, the elude rushers. He knows the offense. He can distribute the ball. He doesn't have the strongest arm, but even Peyton Manning said, if you can throw 40 yards, you can be a starting quarterback in this league. He said he couldn't throw over 40 yards.
But he could run an offense, couldn't he? Yeah.
No kidding, because he had it between the ears. Not too many quarterbacks have it between the ears. That's the problem.
To the point where they tell the coach, just let me handle this. And he goes out there, calls all his plays and everything else. If I'm the coach, Peyton's all yours. Let me know if you need me. He was good.
Most coaches did that with him. So, no, I mean, Bill Walsh and Joe Montana were like one mind.
Yeah. And you get that kind of combination.
You know? That's what I see in Brock. But anyway, you know, I think our team is going to be really good this coming year. Don't complain. You could beat a lot of teams that are just not even considered to make the playoffs. I mean, half the league, those teams you don't even consider making the playoffs.
Yeah.
We're one of the teams they consider to win the Super Bowl.
Best in the AFC? I like that. I really do. And it's up to us to lose. It's ours to lose.
Best in football, honestly. Best in football.
Especially if that defense, and it has been improved. Can you imagine that defense being even more effective than they were last year? Ooh.
Yeah, they will be. Because I think they're going to be real good. And if Drake Jackson comes, you know, has his breakout year like Aaron Banks did.
Oh, look who's playing next to Phil. Pop, I know he brought that up, and he was right. If I put Bosa and Armstead over together, you know, and at the center you got Hargrave and Drake. Jesus Christ. I don't know who's going to beat Drake out on that team. But anybody next to Hargrave is going to have a full plate to eat off of all game long.
Well, I think Drake Jackson has the skills. You know, he really does.
He's got to get in shape for a 17-week season.
He's got everything he needs, the size, the bend, everything.
Yeah.
What he should do is tune with Nick for a year.
Especially since Nick likes him.
I would say, look, where can I get a hotel next to your training facility, and I'll just meet you down there. But I mean, Bosa's the king on training.
Oh God, yes.
But,
I doubt there's anybody on that defensive unit that can actually keep up with him. His training regime. I bet you Bosa's he's the kind of guy. Nick, I'm done. Where you going? We've been here for 2 hours. Listen,
I mean,
we're just getting started.
Jerry Rice of our era.
I know, running that mountain.
Yeah. Nobody could keep up with him. I remember Roger Craig saying, I tried it.
Can you imagine Jerry standing at the top of the hill looking at Craig down toward the middle of that hill? Roger, you can go home if you want to, man, because I ain't going to wait for you.
I'm not tired yet. I'm still going.
Tell you
I'm
what.
run back down.
I'll wait for you.
Anyway, but no, I think if Brock's healthy, I think he's the guy. I really do. And, we've got a really good offense around him, the best.
Yeah, well,
we'll see how McKivitz does at right tackle. But I think
we got to
as far as
cash
a
it in.
pass blocker, I think he's better than McGlinchey.
Oh, well, yeah.
He's just not
it's just about that's the thing. Well, Phil, I'm going to see you Wednesday, and I know Pop and Big Show and Tony are going to be looking for you.
Come after me.
But Phil,
I've watched more football than all of them combined. Seriously.
Phil's laying it out there. Phil, tell you what, fam, have a great night. Yeah, I look forward to hearing from you Wednesday.
Okay, Ronbo.
Night, Phil.
All right, bye.
Night, bye. That's what I love about this program. People call each other by names. I think Phil started that with Pop, didn't he? The Big Show. But actually, Phil started all these little skirmishes. Beto! Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel, as you know, it's pretty much. I think the 49ers are through with free agency. They'll probably bring in somebody that didn't see coming here and there. John Lynch is going to continue to parade defensive linemen through the facility. He does that every year. But I think it's pretty much the biggest signings are over. Phil, I mean, we got to get 93-man roster. They still got to bring some guys in. Oh, you know what's going to happen, Dr. Bethel? There's going to be some guys come in. Woo! But is he going to be camp fodder, or is he just going to make it? I always love that when that happens. There's going to be a name that's going to come in, like T.Y. T.Y.'s not going to make this team. Didn't we have him last year?
Yeah. There's actually a lot of good players that came to us and end up leaving. And then plus another thing is that Mariota is getting paid $5 to be the backup of the Eagles with incentives.
I thought he was getting paid.
And I don't hear anybody.
Is it 9? I mean $5. I thought it was 8.
Yeah, he's getting paid $5. He's getting paid
only
$5
$5
plus incentives if he plays. So
that's
probably.
Wouldn't you love to have that? Sit back, relax, and Marcus, listen. If we need you, just stay ready. You got $5 million, and you shouldn't have to live on the street. So
Yeah.
My God, that's damn. How am I going to be sitting around with a long face? I want to play, yeah, but I'm just coming in, working out every day, and staying fresh. When I get my chance, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. So. It's there's players that rather take that risk. And it's like sorry to say, when we had Debo, doing all the stunts that he was doing, and one thing that I was afraid of, that Brandon Aiyuk might do the same thing. He just put one message, and now nobody knows what's going on. So, it's
and Aiyuk's
but we'll see what happens.
He's very quiet, but he's got a really big temper. I mean, anytime you're Brandon Aiyuk size and you jump in Fred Warner's face, you're a little hostile. And I noticed that Jalen Ramsey never messed with him. Jalen Ramsey messes with everybody, right?
Yeah.
So, you can't play with him like that. If the 49ers don't piss him off. He could be really, you got to be careful. Debo's loud, but Debo's not scary.
Yeah, and I know, hearing some people say about Kyle. I go, people don't realize that if you hear a lot of these players are coming to San Francisco because of Kyle. So
Good point.
So imagine if he leaves. Imagine how many people are gonna leave. How many people are gonna retire.
God. Coaching staff,
you gotta
everything.
worry about
Nobody's
that
going to resign.
Yeah.
It would depend on
I remember
who they pick up as a coach.
Harbaugh. When he left, everybody retired. Everybody left. The only one that we kept was Kaepernick and Ed Reed and some, I think, a little bit of other players. But a lot of them, they said goodbye. And look what happened. All the good players, they went bye-bye. So
that's going to happen. Yeah, you're right. When you get rid of the head coach, you're going to get an exodus of players.
And a lot of people are going to follow him. So wherever he goes, a lot of players are going to go.
I thought about that.
That's another thing that
if we think we're going to just replace Shanahan and nobody's going to go with him, we do have that's true, Bethel. Excellent point.
Yeah. So, because I have seen that, and it's not a pretty thing, and because I actually seen that in basketball too. I remember the Bulls, when they didn't want to sign their coach, Michael Jordan
Phil
retired.
Jackson?
Yep, and Phil Jackson went to the Lakers, and the Lakers started going up. Started getting better.
They brought a couple of Bulls over.
The championships.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then people are going to be bitching about him. Oh, why did we let him go? Look at now what he's doing over there on, some other team.
What really sucks?
How about if he wins some Super Bowls on another team?
And what if he went to the Rams? I'd be sick. I would be sick for a month. I'd be in bed. They'd have me on intravenous fluids. I would just lose it. I would not be able. Kyle, you could have went anywhere, but oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
No,
you know what?
Another thing that people should be worried about is that if you see the Seahawks, you've seen how good they were. And they have 2 first-round picks. They have 2 second-round picks. And they got Barry Weiner back. He was still a good player with the Rams. It's just that the Rams had a lot of people hurt.
Well, they don't have any money. They can't even pay him anymore.
Yeah, they didn't have any.
I know where you're going with this. Go ahead and get there.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta. We're gonna have to be. They're gonna
you're saying the Hawks are
with us.
Yeah, you said the Hawks are gonna be tough. Is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah, they're gonna be tough. So we remember, we can't sleep on them because Pete Carroll seen, okay, if it's going to be real easy to get to the playoffs and everything, let's get some players in here and, let's contend with the Niners because they're going to have to catch up to us because we kicked their ass 3 times.
And they're mad as hell. You're right. Beth, you're right. They are going to come at us with blood in their eye. Good. Bring it, Hawks. Bring it. You look at that.
And then plus with the rookie. More. So,
the Hawks, Pete Carroll is a damn good coach, and he gets 101% out of all his players. So I said the Cardinals and the Rams. I did say, and I think all of us agree, the Hawks are going to be competitive. They always are, which makes them a good organization. They're all on coffee. Probably more than it should be. Hey, but Beth, we got to go.
Yeah.
I'll look for you Wednesday. All right.
All right, look for you on Wednesday. People, just relax. At least we're not dealing with Aaron Rodgers. Bullshit. But
Aaron's not even.
And let's go Niners. All right, good night, Ron.
Good night. Actually, I don't know why. You know what? We've become very. We know how to deal with quarterback controversy. Now, we don't all do well with it, but if Aaron Rodgers was in our locker room right now, and the media was going nuts, and because the first thing you'd hear is Aaron Rodgers seems to have second thoughts now after having sat down with Kyle Shanahan to stay with the 49ers, and there's some talk that Aaron Rodgers may be moved again within the next 2 to 3 weeks. And if I would have heard that story, I would say, I don't know why you're surprised. I told you guys. Once Aaron Rodgers comes in and says, your LaFleur kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Listen, I've got a list of demands. I emailed to you already. Kyle, demands? Oh, well, some suggestions I made. Aaron Rodgers, I can't imagine being a coach with him. Hey, 49er Brian.
Hey, how's it going, Ronbo?
Brian, it's great. It's great. As I say, we're not started the season yet, so it's okay to relax. Because once the season starts, there's no more relaxing for 17, 18, 19, 20 weeks. You realize how many months that is?
Oh, it's horrible. I hate this time of year.
Well, this is time to relax, fam. This is unstressful,
Well, gosh, did you get those Debo shoes I sent you?
I'm gonna put them on and wear them. I'm gonna put them on next show.
I'm worried about Debo. He's looking chunky too. He's looking
Debo,
like he's out of shape again.
I don't know why he thinks that in the offseason it means go eat now. And then
I don't know. Yeah.
Then you got to get back into shape. You got another 2 weeks. Wait, you got 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks before it's time to get back into camp. OTAs. Well, I wasn't really going to OTAs. Why?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We're not trading Aiyuk, I hope. That's what my big worry is. I hope we don't get rid of Brandon.
They don't have
I will cry.
They don't have to. I mean, he's the fourth year is coming up, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He's got 2 years left.
I think he needs to be signed. Yep.
You pick up the 5th year option. In the meantime, he's going to be pissed because look, why I need to.
Will we franchise
why can't we
him?
talk about my
Do you think
contract?
we franchise him? Or we franchise Debo after a couple of years? I don't know.
Franchise is more expensive. You know what? They just go ahead. They got to sign him. Either sign him or trade him.
Yeah,
Brian, you got a legitimate concern because, as I said, we got a lot of big contracts now. One of them's got to expire, or else it's going to be overwhelming.
And we have to sign Mr. Bosa here soon.
See, and that hasn't even been done yet. So,
yeah, we're running out of money. Unless they. Do you foresee them raising the cap again? Maybe.
They're definitely the cap. The cap's definitely going to get raised. Will it be enough? You're going to have to gut the roster. Pretty soon, you're not going to have any depth at some positions. Is what worries me, in order to be able to keep these huge salaries, because that's a hard cap.
Well, I hope I don't agree with Big Slow very much, but I hope we do trade up some of those picks.
Big Flow. Well, how come?
Big Slow.
Yeah.
He's always wrong. He's always wrong about stuff.
Well, specifically, what is it that you found wrong?
Well, just the negative attitude towards we're not going to sign this. There's no way we're going to do this. So there's no, I just get tired of that. It's just snooty to me, and I'm not a snooty. I'm a positive person. So
no, I understand that.
I am not a gifted armchair CEO like some of these people in the chat, I'm a lifelong 49er faithful, and I believe in our team every day.
But Brian,
I think our team is better already than last year.
Do you?
By far.
Yeah.
Oh yes. I mean, Hargraves, are you kidding me? That defense is going to be so scary, that line.
Yeah.
Is the quarterback going to have time to even get the ball off before we get to him? I don't know.
Okay, but
it's scary.
Brian, how much credence do you put in having a good kicker? Robbie Gold to me was
well,
a
we talked
comfort.
about. Didn't we talk about this the other day?
Did we?
Robbie's gone, right?
Yeah.
Robbie's not
Oh
coming
God,
back.
yeah. So, because those type
didn't we
games.
try somebody out? Like, we were looking at somebody from. I heard we were looking at somebody the other day from another team, and I'm trying to remember who it was, but now
we've signed Zane Gonzalez from the Panthers.
That's right, yeah. But I don't know if he's the one we need, right? He's kind of just a punter, right?
No, he's a kicker. He's a good kicker. Yeah, with Zane, he has his roller coasters, and he gets hurt. A kicker, I don't know why a kicker's getting hurt. Huh?
Did he come from Carolina?
Yeah. The Panthers got rid of him and got another kicker. Now that told me immediately, oh hell no! Why did you do that?
Yeah.
Nobody does that. Yeah.
So,
and then we pick him up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we're not going to be relying on our kicker to score much this year with that offense that we have.
No.
You know,
Brian, you know what? Last week when they weren't, people didn't want to sign Robbie. There's we don't need Robbie. We're going to score a lot of points. Look, no, it doesn't work like that. You guys, you're going to need to get that extra point.
We need a kicker.
And there's going to be times when that game's on the line. Every defense is not going to roll over and let us beat them up.
Yeah, I was in dreamland hoping we wouldn't have to score field goals every game. But
not field goals, but you know there's going to be that game where the pace is such, you're not going to get in the end zone every time, but at least if you pick up 3, then you got yourself a little bit of a cushion, and then maybe pick up 7 next time. But, you need to have that 3 points.
And I just hope we improve that offensive line. That offensive line needs to push like those Eagles, that Eagles offensive line does, how they push everybody and they just bust a move to get their players in the end zone. Wasn't that sickening what they were doing?
That quarterback up. I know.
Oh, yeah. And how they went so low on everybody. Oh, my God.
I mean,
they were inches off the ground.
Oh. And they hit with velocity. Yeah. All those big dudes, they just re-signed. What's his name? He's been around there for 100 years.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. But again, brain fart.
They just play well together. The Eagles have always been physical.
Yeah, and just remember when Young was that was such a good offensive line when Steve Young was playing. Oh my gosh, there wasn't a bad offensive. And then Kaepernick had a good line,
Yeah, until who was that got hurt? Oh, Anthony AD finally got hurt. What's his name? Just got old. What's the Polynesian? What's his name?
And then we lost Mikey to Phoenix.
Aiyuk. Yeah, Aiyuk and AD got him in the same season. What are the odds?
Yeah,
they were awesome.
Yeah, they were great. I hope we can find at least one good lineman in the draft. I don't know if there's many available, but and then do you still think we need a safety? I'm still thinking we need a safety, don't we? Sounds like we do.
Yeah, you do. Gibson's gonna probably give us one more year. You're gonna look to get somebody in there.
I hate talking about it, but I always worry about our boy Trent Williams. On the left side there. I wonder if they're gonna have to look at somebody else for him.
Well,
because
I think he's got 2 years.
He's got
left?
another year, maybe another year or two for him to go.
Yeah.
And
he's,
I hate saying it, but he's gonna get hurt. He gets hurt every year.
Yeah, for at least a game or so. He's going to want to leave anyway. Yeah. I think his drive, he's not willing to go out there every year and have his feelings hurt. He thought about it this year. Remember he was talking about making a decision whether he wants to come back or not? So.
But I love watching him come out with Debo and the big ghetto blaster, and he just looks like he's having a good time, dancing and coming out. Sounds like he's having a lot more fun here than he did in Washington.
Oh, God, a whole lot more. And watching him maul people on that left side, he's awesome.
Oh God, he puts on a clinic, doesn't he? He puts on a show about how to fend somebody off.
I remember that year when Nick first met him, and he walks by Jimmy. Yeah, you're safe on the left side.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to look that way anymore, Jimmy.
Just watch everything else. You don't have to worry about the left. God, and Lakin Tomlinson was
yeah.
over there too. They were a good combination. So.
Oh, they were great. But you think we're going to draft a quarterback too? I heard you talking about that.
We
That'd
do
be
every
kinda
year.
Exciting too.
Yeah, they'll get another
Yeah.
quarterback. With 11 picks, one of them's going to
Wow.
be a quarterback for sure. One of them's going to be a running back too.
And a wide receiver, you think too, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm so excited for this draft.
Yeah,
I'm not even just. I just love it when we plug in holes that we need and find good players, and then we've already done a bunch of that. I mean,
yeah.
Sounds like we're gonna. I agree with the last caller. Our team's gonna be. No one's gonna beat us. I just don't see it happening. You know, maybe the Chiefs. The only team I'm worried about is the Chiefs.
Well, you should be.
Really.
I mean, that team is.
Yeah. Yeah.
They lost the enemy, though. I want to
there.
see what they look about. Everybody, it wasn't always Andy Reid. It was the enemy as well. I want to see what they look like without him now.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you Wednesday.
Yeah, Ronbo, always a pleasure.
Always.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
And I hope you get those shoes soon because they look really awesome on you, man.
I owned a pair of clown shoes once, and a lot of people say, Ronbo, anytime you put on a pair of shoes, they're clown shoes.
Hey, everybody buy a Ronbo hat. Hey, when are the Ronbo bobbleheads coming out? That's what I want to know. Need a Ronbo bobblehead.
We'll work on that. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah.
I'll see you Wednesday.
All right.
Night,
everybody have a good night. Bye.
Oh, yeah. All right, here he is. I thought Jalen was going to make it. Hey, Jalen. Yeah, Gene, you just going.
Rams, y'all a joke. Gene B, why'd y'all throw the ball at the 1 yard line? That was a very huge choke. Ronbo, just when you think the 49ers can't give you another heart attack and that something else is in the news getting worse, think about the rest of the West, and I just remember, damn, we really don't got it that bad compared to these clowns. Because they going through hell right now, and they know it.
You saw the Rams issued an apology about the season that they expect. They actually made a public apology from one of their administrators.
Yeah, I mean, they know it's the rebuild year, Ronbo. I mean, God knows they not doing nothing. They got their ring, and now they sitting chilling.
They got
for at least the next 6 seasons, at least the next 4 seasons, at least the next 4. It might be hot into 2030 before we see the Rams in the playoffs again. That's sad, but I mean, God knows the Cardinals ain't, you know.
Well, tell you what.
But
yeah, go ahead.
But Brandon, I think we need to probably play him at least next year. I don't think we need to wait all 5 years of his contract. I think we need to go ahead and pay him probably like year 4, because his style of play is gonna sustain much longer than Debo is for sure. Yeah.
Well, he's out there running into people as hard as he can. Yeah.
Let's you take like Debo's speed away or his strength away. What is he left with? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You take that away from Brandon, he still got routes, he still got his hands. So I mean, I'd much rather want to keep him in the long term than you know what I'm saying, Debo.
And Debo will be 29 in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I didn't know he was that old. I didn't know that.
Debo came into the league kind of old. You know, you can't be failing on them classes and stay eligible. By the way, I'm just playing. Anybody heard me say I was just kidding? I wasn't serious.
He might have. I mean, shoot. I mean, we need Trent Williams. I don't expect him to play all 16 games, Ronbo. Honestly, when he does miss those 1 or 2 games, it's actually good because we need to see what his backup looks like. So,
good point.
So honestly, when Trent misses a game, I'm not mad because when he comes back, it's almost like he don't miss a beat. Yeah. So I mean, when he misses, I'm like, okay, now let's see what the guy behind him can do, or at least what we got in store for us for the future. But when it's these younger guys missing games, Ronbo, that's what worries me. But when it's
Hey,
35-year-old Trent Williams off of
J-
ACL,
Jalen,
you know what it bothers me.
you got three guys that are going to get hurt every year. You got Trent, you got George Kittle, and Debo.
George
And
and Debo,
it used to be the Shark. The 49ers got tired of that, let him go. Jimmy Ward had gotten better.
K1.
K1,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
K1
talking about
got hurt
K1?
every
Yeah.
year.
Armstead
Emmanuel
used to get
Mosley,
hurt a lot early
Armstead.
in his
Yeah.
career.
We just have that kind of team. They're not going to give you a whole
Yeah.
season. That's why the 49ers have to have depth.
I'm
Four
praying that
quarterbacks.
I'm praying that Trey's not injury prone, Rumble, because I mean, you look at his rookie year, the thumb and the knee, and then now this year the ankle. I pray he's not gonna get to the NFL and be like an injury prone NFL player.
Especially from the
You know what I
from
mean?
the jump. I mean, from
Yeah,
first year on
yeah,
to 3 years. So pray this is essential that he avoid that bug this year. He cannot get hurt
yeah,
3 years in a
yeah.
row.
You can't. I mean, Rumble, you already know who I wanted at number 3. I've mentioned his name plenty of times,
He's
but
not getting hurt, and the Bears call him the franchise. They were thinking about we're pretty up high on this draft board. What we gonna do? Well, we're gonna trade down. We're not getting rid of the picks, and Justin is our QB franchise one, and you work around it.
yeah.
And he needs some help the
I mean,
first 2 years.
he can protect himself a lot better than Trey can, Rumble,
Yeah, he
because
does a good
he's
job,
just
doesn't he?
he's a better runner. He's a better runner. So he can protect himself. And he's faster too. He just
And
protects himself a whole lot
he
better.
might be stronger too because I seen him get the
Oh yeah,
bejesus
I
knocked
didn't
out
see
of him.
that.
Ooh, he got hit. He got hit so hard one time I felt it. I mean, his helmet
Yeah,
flew off. Their bodies. Oh, I said, damn.
yeah,
Get up,
yeah,
Justin.
Rumble.
Mm.
When I look at Trey as a runner, as a runner, Rumble, when I look at Trey, he kind of reminds me of like Deshaun Watson. You know, Deshaun, he not gonna give you no big 60-yard run, but he'll get you like a little, maybe like a 20 or a 10.
He can get out of trouble.
But Trey, yeah, Trey, I don't see him breaking off no runs like for no, no house, no sideline 50-yard. I don't see that. Not the
He,
NFL level.
but he did at
Just
school. And the
Mambo,
coach.
Johnny Manziel did it at school. Anybody can do that stuff in college.
But I mean, Trey looked like he knew exactly what he was doing running down the field. Although, as I said, people were bouncing off of Trey as he was running down the
Yeah,
field because he's just so big and strong.
literally, Rombo, listen to the word I'm saying. Those kids, they just weren't up to his level. Trey wouldn't have been doing that if he was playing on Ohio State. Did you see Justin Fields trying to truck people against on Georgia's defense and against all these other big time schools in college?
Yeah, you
You
gotta know
don't
when to
see
stop
those
doing that.
quarterbacks trying to truck them
Yeah.
in those big schools. You don't see that.
Career-ending stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
I
but
don't know.
I think we'll be fine. I think as long as we bring back Brandon, we can't play with Brandon, Rombo. We cannot. Like Debo, truth be told, Rombo, Debo, he fall off next year and lose all his, run after abilities. We don't know how good of a wide receiver he's gonna be. We know how good of a wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk is. So we need to go ahead and lock that in now. We don't need to play with him for real. Fourth option, he got 1,000 yards. We don't need to play with him. George Kittle, he needs to be like a 49er for life. He don't need to go nowhere.
Well, Brandon's also looking at the situation. That's why he's saying something now. Y'all don't play with me because I see where it's going. And you're gonna have no money for me, is you? So what you
Yeah, I
gonna do?
mean, we don't want to have no situation like DeAndre Hopkins where he begging to get out of Arizona. You know what I mean?
Well,
we don't want the Brandon in offseason next year requesting a trade. Now we hauled up. You know what I mean?
only certain people get away with that,
I
Jalen.
mean,
If you're not all that good and you get mad, I'll go ahead and trade you. Or when the time's up, I just let you go ahead and walk. I ain't picking up your 5th-year option. But you're right. Brandon Aiyuk has become extremely valuable. He knows it too. So he's gonna make the 49ers either jump or what.
Yeah, but Rombo, honestly, what's good though after Brandon? Think about it, Rombo. After Brandon, who else do we really have to worry about paying after Brandon? If Trey isn't really that good, we'll be really set. As far as like having to worry about somebody to pay because Nick will be dealt with. Debo's been dealt with.
Hey,
Fred, George, all of them are dealt with.
yeah, but their
So
contracts are going to expire within the next two. I don't know, how many years did they have a
yeah, 2 to
contract?
3 years, maybe like two, maybe like around I'd say probably 2026. All these contracts, the big time contracts will be up, but we
But they
should
don't.
have a ring by
Yeah, but
then.
they don't have to renew them all at the same time. They can go the same route they did last
Yeah,
time and
yeah,
keep that core on the team, right? So yeah,
yeah. I think we'll be fine. I mean,
but
like
you're
I
right.
said, we just got to
With
make sure
with
we.
with Trey, if he can become a franchise quarterback, now you're right. That presents a huge money payday to, yeah, year after next,
Yeah,
Steven.
yeah. I mean, if we don't have to, if Trey doesn't pan out, then the next big payday we have to worry about is Brandon, and after that, it's the maybe Demo if he can really, show that he's, you know what I'm saying. If he has like a 5 interception season, Ronbo, Demo's gonna get paid probably
Demo.
year four,
I like him
year
so
four
much. He's
probably.
such an underdog.
Yeah, I like him too,
He's
Ronbo,
little,
because he had a
not
pick
that
six early. He
fast.
had another pick. He had another pick in the season. They took it away. It was a pick
Right?
six.
Because it
So
lied on Nick Bosa on the other side of the field.
yeah.
That was not
So
that quarterback.
so
Oh,
Demo, I like
mm,
Demo.
I
I
do
like
too.
Demo.
Got some dog in him. He's getting
Womack.
better.
I like Womack.
Dog.
You know, I like Travarius Ward.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
biggest
I
dog.
think our secondary is fine. I
Yeah.
love Fred and Dre. I think
My boy Ambry's gonna show up
Javon.
this year too. By the way,
I don't know what happened with him. I think he just needs. I think he had a Kello Witherspoon effect. Like he got hurt or when
did
he
he?
fell off.
I think he's
You know
got.
how Kello he miss a game and he come back bad and then he heat up like after a few games.
I
That-
Ambry's got something's going on in his life. I could just feel it because you can't drop off. He dropped off like he dropped off a cliff because Ambry was a badass the year before last, and then all of a sudden he can't play
Yeah,
last year.
in the
So,
play.
man,
Yeah, he
what's
did
wrong
look
with
pretty
you?
good in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, Rombo. I definitely don't know what happened. I guess he saw that Travarius came in and E-Man came in and that D-Moore stepped up and he just,
Yeah, but
couldn't handle the pressure.
but Trey, you're a ball player. You don't get intimidated by that. You go out there and do your thing. And I think Ambry's just as good as all of them if he applies
Yeah,
himself.
definitely,
I don't know what he
definitely,
was
because
doing.
he's definitely because he like 6 foot, like you say, he run like a 4'3", so he's
Oh, the dude
definitely
could
physically.
jam. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look at Akello, Rombo. He was 6'3", light on his feet. He just
Perfect.
confidence problems. Confidence problems.
He looked good
I
with
thought I was a
Steelers.
huge Akello. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he looked decent. He was better than what was his name? Rashard Robinson. God, he was terrible.
He did Rashard. I like Rashard though, because boy, Rashard can
Yeah,
talk
no,
some
no, no,
smack,
no,
boy.
no. Yeah, no. Ain't nobody better than Tremaine Brock, Rumble. That was my boy. Tremaine
Well,
Brock
Tremaine was
held it
good
down
though.
on that side. Tremaine held it down.
Rashard wasn't good like Tremaine, but Rashard could talk. He was entertaining. Tremaine was just good,
Yeah, Tremaine Brock, he was very underrated.
I forgot
He
about
just got
him.
older. And I didn't
Yeah.
forget about him, Rombo.
Tremaine
I ain't
was
forget
good.
about him.
He was the best we
Tremaine was
had.
very good. Yeah, he just, he didn't get a lot of, notice because the 49ers was, going 1-15. So
I got to write
wasn't
his
really
name
much
down. You
to
know
talk
why?
about.
Because people talk about we haven't had a secondary like this in years. Tremaine was the real deal. He was
Tremaine
good.
Tremaine Brock, Eric Reed, Jimmy Ward, and Antoine Buffet. That was a nice secondary, Rombo.
Yes, yeah. Oh, they was hot. Yeah.
Yep. Eric Reed, and then back when Jimmy Ward was playing corner on the outside, he was
Yeah.
pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a decent secondary,
The secondary
Rombo.
was
I
good
mean,
that time. Yeah, they weren't bad.
yeah, we just sometimes we didn't have the offense, or we just didn't have the pass rush. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Remember, that was the days we scored everything in the first half, and for some reason we couldn't score in the second half. Every week.
Yeah, we getting shut out in the second half.
Get 27 points in the first half and think we got things going. And then all of a sudden, we win the game 27-18. I said, what? We this game was 27-3 going into the half. What happened? So but we still won, though.
Yeah,
teams are like that.
man. But I just wanted to give my condolences to the Seahawks, not the Seahawks, the Cardinals. The Cardinals and the fans, if there are any in here. I just want to really just, shout out y'all and just say, man, y'all are brave people. It ain't easy being a fan of an organization like that. Ain't done shit. Not a lot of fans. Ain't gonna do anything. I really respect y'all.
Yeah.
Take guts to put on that red jersey with that bird on it and say proudly, I'm a Cardinals fan. It really does. It really does. It ain't like you in LA, a big city like the Rams, or you got recent good history like the Seahawks with the Legion of Boom. It's hard being a Cardinals fan, Ronbo. It really is. And I
know
respect
Jalen's got
y'all
a good
for that.
point. We need to take our hat and salute to a fan
I'm going to
base
salute to y'all,
that gets
you
behind
dirty
the Cardinals.
birds. I'm going to salute to you. I'm going to salute to you. The rest of these teams, I ain't got no love for you. God knows that green and blue looks disgusting.
Ain't that
And Rams
nasty?
fans, y'all can
That
kiss
is-
it. Y'all can kiss it. Oh God, I
Jalen,
mean,
let me see. Wednesday's always appreciated because by the time you come, Gene D and company is going nuts. And Gene, I don't see any more of your initials in there. So Jalen, good stuff. And I'll see you Wednesday.
man, we still the kings of the West. Kyler's bad knee needs a 2-year rest. And Gene D and Rudy can keep smelling on that donkey pest because we're going to be the kings of the West. Rombo, let me get a Niners shout out. Nick Mullins beat the Raiders on national TV. That'll forever be televised in 4K to HD. We'll never forget that. A backup beat your team on national TV.
Jalen, have a great night. And bring it, hey, Ellis. Ellis, it's amazing. As soon as you got on the phone, your boy Don Burr pops up on the chat. He was waiting on you.
They got like 3 first-round picks and like 2 or 3 second-round picks and like 2 or 3 thirds or something like that.
See, but
they about to get fat.
But Ellis, let me just say this about that. You had to smell like
better.
booty cheeks for a long time in order to get all them privileged picks. I'm scared of them.
2 decades.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm worried about them. And analysts are always picking them to be contenders now.
Yeah, they had a top 5 offense too. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm. With the same quarterback that's healthy that the Rams sent packing.
Jared Soft. Yeah.
But meanwhile, what was the best move that the 49ers have made so far?
It would have to be Hargrave. I think it's the obvious.
That is obvious, huh? We weren't, but the thing is, we were number 1 ranked defense, even though that was not the best part of our team. The Patriots did that one year too, and their pass rush was average, but their secondary was lights out. If that secondary clicks, Ellis, do you realize we may see something that's never been seen before in the NFL? That defense may be just the most smothering force of all time. I can't wait for the season to start. Man.
Yeah, it would be exciting. It would be exciting to see that. And I was saying that it would be exciting to see our defense kind of pick up where we left off last year, remain in the top 5, or remain number 1 defense, number 2, or top 3 defense. I think we have all of the pieces already in place. We got a really good coach. But we're just going to have to see because, like when Salah left and, I myself, I said, I felt like D'Amico was going to be successful. I just didn't know how successful he was going to be. And he came in and it was almost like Salah never left. And in fact,
same here. I was scared
the defense was even – the defense played better for him, I think, than they played for Salah a little bit. I don't know. You could kind of – you look at the measurables.
No, they did. And D'Amico brought more creativity. I was only concerned with the fact that the defense was doing so well. How is it going to do better? And D'Amico's inexperienced in that position. Boy, I was wrong as 2 left shoes. They played their ass off for D'Amico. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. He's you know, the ability to communicate and to connect with players is a gift. You know, with people is a gift. And you know, D'Amico has that gift. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. He's
there's a way that you can talk to people and inspire people and get people to follow you. So he's a true leader. And
and you're
so
a
you know, the
player.
guys were able to.
Yeah, they could relate.
Yeah,
Been there,
and
done it.
exactly.
Wilkes
So
too. Wilkes played. Yeah, see that we get the right guys at the DC. I want a player in that position. Robert Saleh was great, but I want the Wilkses, the D'Amicos. You know, I like that idea. So we'll
I
see what
wonder who's
happens.
going to be the. Yeah, no, I was going to say, I wonder who's going to be. I mean, we don't need a coach for the linebackers, but who is going to be looking after those guys? Since we
See,
got Cosera on the D line, we got Wilkes, that's the defensive coordinator, but he's a DB guy.
yeah, but
Who's going to,
Ellis, you know what? Those when the law, as in Dre Greenlaw, when the law and Fred leave, that's when I'll be worried about that. Right now, Dre and Fred can be left alone wherever they are working out.
I'm saying with McCreary. Yeah, I'm saying with Marcelino and
Oh,
then
yeah, that's
whoever
true.
else they decide
Yeah.
to, because but they can learn under him. They can take him under the wing, but just to keep that room inspired. You know, those guys still had to be coached up. You know, Fred and Dre had to be coached up to that level to where they're at now. So I'm saying,
Who is that coach though right now? I think he's already been named, right?
okay, no, I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
I don't know. Somebody probably knows, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, chat.
But I was
Anybody
just saying
in
because
the chat know who the
D'Amico was a
linebacker?
specialty in that position.
Yeah, who is
So
the
I know he had
linebacker
a lot
coach?
to do with the.
If you know, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm just saying he had a lot to do with that room and getting those guys to where they were at. Even, before he became a defensive coordinator, he had a lot to do with how Fred and Dre in that room, was as successful as they were. So
He's a Pro Bowl linebacker himself. So yeah.
That guy they got from San Diego, I think it was San Diego State. He was Sagoon Alubi. He was supposed to be really good, so I wonder if they're going to bring him back or whatever happened to him. He was I believe, an undrafted guy that we got last year, but he was really good. He played in the secondary, but also he played safety, but they were going to try to, do the hybrid thing with him to turn him into a linebacker like we did with Fred, like we did with Dre. Dre played safety. Fred was playing DB, and these guys turned him to linebacker. So I wonder if they're going to go that route again in the draft, and try to get at least another linebacker, which I don't see them not doing that, getting at least one guy, to kind of enhance that room.
To compete, because they got plenty of linebackers right now. But they can be beat out, though, if they not careful. So, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to find out about that.
But,
so, your favorite move as far as so far?
Well, we haven't really made any splashes, but I know we're just filling in spots. I'm glad. I mean, the kicker thing was kind of left field, but just because for me it feels like they're saying bye to Robbie, and Robbie's came through in the clutch for us a lot, man. It's, we developed a liking to Rob and the regularity and seeing him, as being our kicker and just that confidence that we get when we know he's going to go out there. Now that we're going to have a new guy coming in, if hence we don't retain Robbie again, then, it's kind of like we got to wait for this guy to kick up so many kicks before we can, be comfortable, especially when it comes down to game time stuff where, we need a field goal to win or, if we're down by field goal, whatever the situation is, those moments, that comfort's not going to be there if we don't have Robbie here.
When Robbie walks out on the field, he's going to make
an adjustment for us all.
True.
But yeah, my favorite would be Hargrave, I say, because defensively, there were some teams that were gashing us in the run game last year, off and on. It seemed like it was happening, and Javon Kinlaw was getting rolled, and so
the quarterback was getting way more time than he needed. True. So he won't get it now.
Absolutely.
Boy, he will not get it now.
Just keep him healthy.
I just got to see Drake Jackson. What step he takes forward, and next to Hargrave, I think Drake's gonna go buck wild. Because that boy has got some bend, and you can't double team nothing. You can only double team. Man, how you gonna double team that front line now? Oh, 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 oh.
Yeah. Nick Hargrave, Eric Armstead, and Drake Jackson. That's a mean four.
That's why Armstead went off for 10 in 2019. Defoe and Nick. And Eric said, "Ain't nobody gonna block me. I got your quarterback." And
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, they could take four guys between him and Eric Armstead. They could take two guys apiece. So
easily.
That gives one-on-ones to Drake and Nick, and they can just go crazy. So
and he still got to beat Hargrave because that dude, he'll take an offensive lineman and carry him on one shoulder and go get the quarterback a lot like the Cowboy used to do. Whew, man, Justin Smith. Is anybody ever going to forget when Justin took that lineman, walked him all the way back to Drew Brees, grabbed Justin with one hand, and didn't pull him down, jerked him down to the ground? That was the most manly move in football history.
Incredible.
Woo,
Incredible.
God, I enjoyed that.
Incredible. Yeah.
I think that offensive lineman is still in therapy.
Right. We're going to be good though. I think this draft, it's looking like because we're filling the spots that we are right now. I'm expecting us to trade up. We got those extra picks already for next year that we got. Yeah, we got those extra picks from the guys that got signed after this season already. For next year, so we'll be able to do some things as long as we're not doing using any of our first or second round picks. That's all I care about because we need to get back in those rounds again and be able to play a bit. So
yeah,
Yeah,
next year we get a full allotment of picks unless they trade one this offseason because you see some players they just got to have. But yeah. All right, Ellis, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for you and that squad Wednesday.
That's a bet. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Ronbo, as always.
I appreciate you, fam. You shout out to that squad. And say hi to Don on your way out. You know how much he likes you.
Detroit, you might be worth a little more than a penny, probably. We'll see.
Ellis gets an award for the best Don Burr of all of us. You fooled me on several times. I thought it really was Don.
Hey, if my kids wasn't asleep, I'll get into character real nice right about now, but I'm trying to be mild about it. But yeah, man, shout out to the faithful, man, as always, and y'all keep going at those clowns in the chat. And Rudy's only got like 10 followers or subscribers, so Rudy, let us know when you're gonna do a live so we can come in there and crash the party.
I know, you're right. I gotta go subscribe so I can get in there. Rudy. Oh, hell yeah. Rudy, I got some things I want to say. Don't mind me. I'll just say everything I got to say over here in the chat.
Rudy's lives are like those parties, Ronbo, where nobody shows up, where there's only like 2 or 3 people that come. Yeah, that's what his lives are like, probably. That's just what I'm gathering because he's always spending so much time here. Anyway, we already know that.
All right.
Shout out to the family, though. Y'all know what it is, man. Peace and love.
Peace and love, fam. Night, Ellis.
Yes, sir.
That's why on Twitch I told y'all to come on over. And here he is. It's Marketing Pro. MP.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo? Yo, what it do?
Marketing Pro, wait, you got to fix your mic. I got to hear this.
Detroit versus everybody.
Yo, Don Burr. What up, man? What up? Can you hear me now, Ronbo?
Hey, you still sound like you're standing outside.
Hold on, man. I got the Bluetooth on. Hold on.
Yeah, the Bluetooth always fails for some reason.
What about now?
No, see, now I could hear that twang and got that attitude.
Okay.
I can hear it all. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Just been enjoying the show tonight. And let me tell you, from my last call to this call, Papa Dragon been making a lot of sense. And the genius Big Show, he letting you know Purdy ain't going to be the same. Trey ain't going to be the same. And Sam Darnold can take that carnival circus somewhere else. y'all gonna have a mean defense. You know who you guys remind me of this year? Potentially the Denver Broncos the year after Peyton retired. They had a nice defense, but the quarterback play sunk that ship. So as a Rams fan, that's what we're banking on. And then on our side, we got Matthew, Dimes, Stafford. We got the better quarterback play.
Market Pro, I want to ask you, how's his elbow?
Oh, he'll be fine. You know, he's a legend. Legends always find ways to get it done. By the way, everybody talking about Matthew Dimes, Stafford's arm. Did you guys see him throw a 105-yard pass? He literally threw the ball from his – it was last year. It was when everybody was talking about his elbow. You can look up that video on YouTube.
I'm not having a problem last year. I'm talking about right now. How's the elbow?
Oh, it's fine. He can still throw the field. He just didn't have time last year because our offensive line crumbled.
Marky Pro, here's what I just want to ask you this though. You know, you've had. I mean, they've played the music and everything. They played the song. Dun dun dun. You heard that tune? It's called Exodus. No, you guys had a lot of bleeding going on with that roster. Now you got Donald, you got the Dimes, and you got Cooper. Can you name a couple more players that you appreciate from that roster?
Cam Akers, big dog. He finished like a beast last year. His last 4 games was over 500 yards.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 4.
Well, you know, we got mind control over Cam. He'll do what McVay said.
Hey, okay. Yeah, 4 guys. I'll give you Akers. Fine. Okay.
Tutu Atwell. Come on now.
Didn't Tutu spend a lot of time stretched out?
He could run better routes than Debo.
Tutu spent a lot of time hurt, didn't he? I don't remember Tutu playing much last year.
Oh, he had a good year last year. Quietly, he stepped up at the end.
You're real quiet.
And then Van Jefferson, remember the spectacular game-winning catch from Baker Bombs Mayfield? Remember that? So this year we're going to have Van Flash Jefferson 100%, and we're bringing Montana State in the building. Lance McClutchin, 6'3", 210 pounds, led all rookie receivers in receiving last year in the preseason before he got hurt. So we just had that 2020 49ers season last year. That's what it was. It was just the injury bug that got a hold of us.
Yeah. And the money bug, too. You know, explain to me, what's his name, Koo? That man who came out and said, you know, we pretty much predicted this would, at some point, we'd have to pull the reins back in order to sustain the level of play that we did in the previous years. It is going to be a process in the days ahead, but we hope to come back, and we still plan on competing. And when we say he still hopes to plan on competing this year, Marky Pro, be honest. What kind of competing is he talking about?
Well, you know, with the Rams, it's championship or nothing, you know. 49ers, they get all happy getting to the playoffs, getting to the championship game. Rams, when they were in there, they got to win the Super Bowl. It's a psychology move. That's what that is. It's putting all the pressure on Kyle Shanahan. Oh, yeah, we're not going to be that good this year. So now guess what? All the intention is going to the 49ers. But we're going to surprise a lot of teams in the West.
You think so?
We're coming for that. Oh, yeah. I mean, that 49ers quarterback situation is mismanaged. Now, there's a rumor you guys might now get Aaron Rodgers. I've been hearing some things from my 49er fans.
If you
really
enjoyed that
hyping that up.
If you enjoy that rumor, then you should enjoy the Lamar Jackson to San Francisco too. Aaron Rodgers is not coming to
if
San
you guys
Francisco.
get Lamar Jackson, that dude would be a beast in that system. That system's made for him.
Listen,
it's all Lamar would fake people out, and he'd make things happen.
Lamar is $200 and something plus $1 million guaranteed. He will play in Baltimore. Because no matter what you offer him, he just takes it back to the Ravens and say, okay, well, you're not going anywhere.
Lamar's
We're going to pay that.
settle down because what's his name downgraded his contract in Cleveland. I think he took a $40 million pay cut or something like that.
Deshaun Watson?
Yeah. So I think Lamar ain't going to be going for.
When did this happen?
It
Deshaun
happened
Watson?
about a month ago. Yeah, they're trying to sign more players. So he restructured his contract.
Added a couple more years. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, all I know is he cut $30 million out of that contract for the Browns to sign other talent.
Before they set him up
I
like
think
the Texans
the 49ers could get Lamar Jackson at 150. I really believe that. I believe the 49ers, if they really show interest getting him,
listen.
Lamar, I think, wants to be a 49er.
Unlike
He's been
the
hinting, too.
Rams, unlike the Rams, we like to spend money in a way where we know we'll continue to be able to compete. Because you keep competing, you're going to finally win it. But if you do a Rams where you hear me, you ever watch some cartoons with Goofy fall off the cliff and you give that yell? we don't feel like going through all that. So we're building that
sure
team.
Sweet wearing Rams gear, world champs. I'll tell you that. I mean, yeah.
I give it to you. You finally got away.
You know,
at our expense. Congratulations.
And, Ronbo, I'm not speaking on you, but a lot of these new school 49er fans talking about the Empire and 5 rings, they weren't even born when those championships happened. So I don't want to hear it from them. But I can respect you because you're OG. You've seen that stuff. You've seen Montana to Rice.
And yes, that's what I'm saying. This is why you need to talk to Rudy. And when he comes over to Twitter and get me all pumped up, Rudy, I'll be waiting for you too. There is really no reason for us to be comparing legacies. And I know, Market Pro, as a Rams fan, you do think there's a need to do that. And the Rams have been competitive down through the years a few times. I mean, you had one of the best running backs. I did enjoy watching, what's that big running back you had wearing the shades all the time?
Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson. I did enjoy watching him run. There was something
the greatest running back of all time, I might add to that.
There was something about watching Dickerson glide. It looked like his feet
He was a gazelle. Eric Dickerson used to run like a gazelle, effortless. Yeah. Once he got in the open field, he's making it look easy. It didn't even look like he was running hard. Yeah. He's just incredible.
I did enjoy
watching
Dickerson run.
Back then, our owner was a bimbo. She was cheap. And she ruined a potential dynasty and ruined Jim Everett, ruined Flipper Anderson. That's what happened back then. With Coach Robinson, it was amazing how many wins he got with that budget. I mean, we didn't have a mafia boss as our owner like Eddie D. But,
there's no proof of that.
I'm just saying. That's what I heard. I'm not, allegedly.
Mike Pro, we got to go. Listen, I tell you what, I'll be back Wednesday and you bring some more MP-isms.
Now, who do you believe the 49ers starter will be? You think Rodgers will be there?
No.
Lamar, Trey, Sam, who's the guy?
Sam, who's the guy? You know what? I need more time to think about this for a minute. I do think that Sam Darnold was not brought there as quarterback 3. That makes no sense to me. He's 26 years old. And $4 million.
The contract gives away a lot of clues. He's got a lot of incentives.
A lot of incentives.
$11 million if he.
Yeah, I don't see that. He's not going to sit quietly at number 3 without a chance. They're going to tell him, Sam, if you can compete for this job, which you will be given that opportunity, and you can win it, it'll be yours. If not, you're quarterback 3. You'll
My
be a well-paid
advice,
quarterback 3.
Trey should call Matthew Stafford. He's got to punk Sam Darnold because Sam Darnold's going to try to punk him in practice. That's what's going to happen.
It's dog eat dog when it comes to this anyway. And that's every position on the field. You know that. Anyway, tell you what, we got to go. And I ain't going to wish you good luck.
It's always a pleasure. And the 49er fans, the pressure's on you. If you don't get it done, we're going to take that West. We're not dead yet.
Just stop it. I'll see you Wednesday.
All right, Ronbo. See you around. Peace out.
Hey, Market Pro, he definitely amuses me. Hey, Merrick.
Hey, Ronbo.
Merrick. How you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm tired. I just finished my work week, so I'm just hanging out now.
All right. Well, good. You can kick back, relax. And, Merrick, we're looking at some of the things the 49ers did this offseason. I picked out 3 guys, and I may have missed a couple. Some people think the best moves the 49ers, the smartest moves the 49ers made were the moves they did not make. And so, what was the move to you that made the most sense and shows the growth of the 49ers front office and getting the right things done?
Well, I'd probably say the most helpful and surprising move will be Javon Hargrave.
Yeah,
Because that defensive line is going to be straight nasty next year.
Yeah. It seems to be the one. You're not at all
And
worried
I think
about that.
I think Kyle and John did that because they know our
Together.
quarterback situation is up in the air, so they were
Well, see, that's what I'm
leaning
saying.
even harder into the defense to pick up the slack.
You're not going to win a game with just the defense. They got the quarterback room now. Actually, upon healing up, we're going to have a different point of view. Right now, we think it's just a mess. That we got a couple of question marks and a guy. Well, we got 3 question marks. We don't know how Darnold's going to look. He could go back to throwing a lot of INTs and not grasp that offense real quickly. So, but a lot of people think Darnold was a good move. Hargrave is a no-brainer. Isaiah Oliver, since we've lost 2 solid defensive backs, is a good move. So we can be proud of him this year.
Oliver could be a good nickel.
Who?
Oliver could be a good nickel.
Well, that's pretty much what he's going to do. Diamador is not going to. I don't think he's better than Diamador on the outside from what they're saying about him in Atlanta.
Yeah, and what do you think of us trading for Zane Gonzalez?
I'm worried to death about that. I mean, the guy's good, but he has blackouts, and he you've seen that kind of kicker. You look at the guy in Dallas. He walks out on the field. The first time he went up there and missed, yeah, that happens. He came back out a second time. Oh, I guess he's having a day. He came out third time. Jesus Christ, he missed it again. And then the camera flashed over to Dak, and Dak's yelling all kind of upset. He's like, I guess Dak didn't know the camera's on him. I said, look at this. This is hilarious. This kicker is the worst. I've never seen that before. This is why I don't want us going through that. Please, kickers give me a heart attack anyway. So every time Zane walks out of the field and the 49ers, with 4 minutes to go, now they've got to get this field goal to put themselves in position to win this game. They'll go up by 1 point, and they can play defense and hold or whatever they need to take, but they will be in the lead. And Zane walks up there, sweat pouring off your head. You know, your heart's pounding. You see, Jesus Christ, oh man, see, if Robbie was here right now, I wouldn't even be worried. Oh, God, please. I don't want to go through that, Merrick, you know? So I don't know. He gets hurt a lot. You know what? They're going to draft a kicker, though. The 49ers know better than it. If the Panthers got rid of Zane in order to go get another kicker, that tells me all I need to know.
Well, they didn't cut Zane. They traded him, so.
Well, yeah. And then they said, well, let's get rid of Zane. We got another kicker we want to pick up here. Let's see if we can get something for Zane. Otherwise, we'll just cut him. You know that's what it was. And then they did, and the 49ers jumped. So hopefully.
Well, we needed a kicker, so.
Yeah, they got one. Jake Moody, stand by. Whew, man. Because I think Jake's going to be there.
I'm not sure what. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we're one of the few teams that really needs to go get a kicker if Zane's not going to be it. So I think he'll be there 5th round, I'm hoping.
Yeah. As for our quarterbacks, I do think it's going to be a battle between Trey and Sam for that starting spot, giving Brock hopefully as much time as he needs to heal that elbow.
So with that said, who's going to be your opening day quarterback?
Well, judging it right now, when we get more information, we'll probably know more, but I think I would probably lean towards Darnold just because he's got more starting experience.
So again, we start the season off like we start every year off. Quarterback question marks. If this is why we get on Kyle about that. Actually, Kyle needs to stay fluid with this quarterback situation. When you think about it, the minute you get a quarterback in there and start to rely upon him too heavily, that's when he's going to get clobbered. You notice that? I mean, Jimmy's rolling along. We got 5 games in a row, and we're starting to look like this team is got the right piece now with CMC. They're going all the way. Bam! You can hear it like a truck crash. He's out. What are we going to do now? Brock Purdy? Mr. Irrelevant? Who saw?
Yeah, I remember when that happened. I was like, season's done. Next year, we're out.
Kyle and company said, and you know how John Lynch and Kyle. No, we were aware of what Brock Purdy's positives were, so we didn't hesitate to go ahead and pick him up. So we felt confident when he went. John, come on, you didn't feel confident with him going out there. He doesn't even know the offense that well. He's been on the practice squad, scout team. So
yeah, well, he was practicing against the best defense in the NFL, though.
That does help, doesn't it? You're right. I think that helps anybody. If you can, and he was cutting them up from what their defense is saying. So
another reason I think Darnold will probably get a starting is because, like you were saying, his contract has tons of incentives in it. You don't pay it. You don't give a guy a contract with that much incentives. Just have him sit on the bench all year
and call him quarterback 3. And you know how long Kyle's been liking that dude for at least 2 years. He was looking into getting him the year before last. And then they went ahead and traded up.
I don't know. I don't know why people are saying we're gonna suck next year. We're gonna win like 2 to 4 games.
So have you heard somebody say
quarterback problems? Well, no, Big Show is saying that he wants us to tank for Caleb Williams. He's got a big man crush on Caleb Williams for some reason.
Listen. Don't take Show. Show just you know what he did this a few years ago. He always gets depressed and starts saying these things. He'll be okay. Show, relax. You'll be okay. Merrick, what else you want to add?
Well, because we got the most talented roster in the NFL, I think. So even with our quarterback issues, we still have so much talent that can help our team.
Yeah, you know, your quarterback's just got
to
learn.
The NFC West, outside of maybe the Seahawks, who knows, is going to be trash. So.
Marketing pro. Uh-oh.
Matthew can't stop throwing pick Stafford.
Dimes. He throws some dimes at a time.
He throws dimes to the cornerback.
Glosky T, I'm still crying about the dime he threw there. Yo. Anyway.
He's a safety on the corner.
Yeah. Anyway, Merrick, I'll see you Wednesday, huh?
All right.
Always appreciate you, fam. Have a great night.
Mm-hmm. You too.
And hey, Tony, get in here.
Ronbo.
Tony.
Good evening.
Oh, it is a good evening. I love Sundays. Tony, you know, you guys are getting rave reviews in a lot of areas now. Normally when the NFL does this prediction every year, they give people 2 and 3 wins, like it's normal. You know, you got 6.5 means they're about 2 to 3 or 4 possibly less than what you usually have. Usually they're way under in order to draw idiots to Vegas to make these bets, right? So, you know.
Let's go ahead and take it under. Let's go ahead.
Yes. You know, so I'm impressed. It's going to be a fun year.
It is.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, I don't talk much about him because I know he's working hard, and I even saw published reports that every time the Falcons brass checks on him or somebody sees Desmond Ridder, he's working. That's his MO. That's what he did at the University of Cincinnati. That's why they were so successful. Desmond Ridder, everybody's going to know who he is this coming season.
Yeah, you know, Desmond Ridder, is that your new OC? Wait.
Quarterback.
Oh, Desmond Ridder. You have a new coordinator.
Defense coordinator. Yeah.
Oh, actually, it's a DC. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I was reading about
Ryan
him.
Nielsen
Yeah.
from the Aints. Right, he used to be the defensive line coach.
See, because the Saints have kept
Good player.
one of the best defensive lines in football for a while now. They had some great talent. You guys got some good talent too, but the thing is, that coach, it must have something to do with him. So.
Yeah, and we got David Onyemata from the Aints. He was one of our big free agent signings. We got Eddie Goldman back from retirement after a year. He's fresh.
Right.
2 defensive tackles. And hopefully we'll have Calais Campbell signed this week after he comes visit seeing the team.
Hey, so that Calais Campbell thing is for real, and is it going to happen, huh?
I hope we sign him. Yeah, he's visiting the Falcons. I know he's 36 years old, but he can be in the rotation. He ain't got to start.
Yeah,
I bet he'll get 5 to 6 touches.
Yeah, and
I bet he will.
And those kind of because the 49ers wanted him when they first got Eric Armstead and of course DeForest Buckner because he's got that long, rangy body. Because Calais, his pad level, Calais is still strong as hell too, but Calais can get that big body down, man. It took DeForest finally, both Armstead and DeForest Buckner both finally came around, but still, that kind of vet presence is exactly what you need on your defensive line.
And Yannick Ngakwe is still not signed. I hope we're in the running.
See,
I hope we can get him.
Everybody's going to wait.
Steal him from us, but y'all interested too.
It's going to be. I figure minutes before the draft, or immediately after.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because right now, people are going to see what they can get in the draft, and it's going to be a race to get him. As soon as everybody starts to go pick up the UDFA's phone call, and Doc, his phone's going to be just bzz, 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 you know. Hey, how you doing? You ready to play football? Who is this? You know. How come you guys didn't call me earlier?
I tell you what, though. Gonna get the leg up on all the UDFAs.
Yeah,
because they got to fill their roster now.
Yeah, that's it, boy. Every now and then, though, your UDFAs, there's always a gym in there somewhere.
Yeah,
because we've gotten fat on that.
We got the kid out of he was from a college drafted free agent, Timmy Horn, the big 6'4". 325, the nose tackle that did get drafted. He should have got drafted. Now he's developing with us.
See?
And who is he going to learn from? David Onyemata and Eddie Goldman. He played last year for us.
See, that's the thing. You know, this happens every year. Everybody can't get drafted for one reason or another, and then they end up being UDFAs, and they come in and do what they would have done had they been drafted. And they come in with a little bit more of a chip on their shoulder, and they do even well. It's amazing. We get a running back almost every year.
They're hard workers too, Ronbo.
Oh yeah, because
we got another.
Got pissed off. Yeah.
We got another one. Timmy Barnhart. He got hurt. A receiver. That hope he should make the roster this year. He made it last year as a UDFA, but he got hurt right before the season started. He was the one we played our second preseason game in Detroit. Desmond Ridder threw that the game-winning touchdown at the end. Barnhart was the one that caught it. He catches everything.
Tell you.
Timmy Barnhart.
And like you said, those guys work hard because they felt like they were just anyway, you know. So they come in to outplay everybody. You know? We pick up a running back just about every year, and he came in and he kind of beat out. We picked up a running back in the 3rd round, and Lord have mercy, Niners do not draft another running back with that 3rd round pick. But we did that twice, back to back. I like TDP. I'm sorry, say again.
There's some good running backs in this draft, and there's I named 3 of them in my chats that I like. One of them was not in your backyard, but he's in your state, right down the road from you guys. Zach Charbonnet of UCLA.
Oh.
He's nice. Yep, Charbonnet. I like the kid that everybody's talking about, Ty Spears of Tulane.
You think he's going to go undrafted?
No, they're going to get – I said they're going to go 3rd or 4th round.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what we do, but when they get to Santa Clara, something goes wrong. They look great at school, and then when they get to Santa Clara, a UDFA comes in and beats them out. I used to think it was something to do with the program, maybe butterflies, a little jittery because, oh my God, it's the pros. I made it. I got to show my best stuff. And then he chokes. And because
you gotta play and play and play and work and study.
And Jordan Mason,
gotta keep doing it.
Yeah, and Jordan Mason, how did Jordan Mason get up on the pecking order from TDP? I was shocked. I mean, I wasn't after I saw him play, but I mean.
Mm-hmm. I heard you talking to show earlier about receivers.
Yeah. I saw you list. Yeah. He's not going to be around in the third round.
Yeah. The third round he's got like a Zay Flowers of Boston College that everybody likes. He's probably going to go in the second round though. There's quite a few of them. Marvin Mims out of Oklahoma, Trey Palmer out in Nebraska. There's some good receivers. The receiver class is down a little bit because I say there's only like maybe 5 that are going in the first round this year, maybe 4 in the second round. But there's some good ones like Cedric Tillman of Tennessee. There's some good ones.
What's a prize pick at tight end? Because I think the 49ers are more looking toward a tight end than they are a wide receiver.
Let's see. Darnell Washington out of Georgia. He's probably going to go first round. That Dalton Kincaid guy out of Utah. They're talking second round with him.
Damn.
Dalton Kincaid.
When you start picking up tight ends in the first and second round.
They got him going in the fourth round. Davis Allen. I haven't seen much of him.
Hey, Tony, what about his game? Is he a good blocker and got hands also?
Talking about Davis Allen?
Yeah.
Out of Clemson.
Ooh, that's a good organization to come out of, too.
Yeah, it is. It is. Davis Allen, they talking about he's like an H-back prospect.
So he's really athletic then. I need for Kyle's going to have a guy's got to block. If you're just all about receiver, okay, but you're not going to get on this team. If you can block and receive, they're going to be looking for a George Kittle clone. They're not going to find one.
He's got ball skills. He's got good ball skills though. Let me see. As a sophomore, Ronbo, 15.4 yards a catch. He only has 16 catches. His junior year, 28 catches for 208 yards. Yeah, a 7.4. His senior year last year, 39 catches, 443 yards, 11.4 yards per catch, 5 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. That's production. That's not bad. Because that guy Darnold you mentioned is going to go in the second round, like you say. I just wonder who's going to be left in the third round. I think the 49ers know that this is a crop that you've got to draw from. And I figure the third round they're going to use one of those third-round picks for a tight end.
I like that Luke Shoemaker out of Michigan, Ronbo. They got him projected third or fourth round. Not much production his first 2 years. His junior year, 17 receptions, 165 yards, 9 points to catch, 3 touchdowns. But check out his senior year, last year, 35 receptions, 418 yards, 11.9 yards a catch, 3 touchdowns. That's a big jump from his junior year to his senior year. So he's developing.
And that's what I'm saying. He's still growing then, and he's got more room to grow at the pro level too. Tony, who's got Gesicki? He went to who?
New England. Yeah, I've been talking to you about him because I fight to him. I can't believe Miami just let him go as an unrestricted free agent, didn't even try to sign him. I can't believe that.
They must know something we don't know. I mean, I said, if we could only draft Gesicki, I'm like, I don't even watch that much college football. I was watching his highlights. Look at this guy is, Gesicki probably does it. Mike McDaniel is a student of Kyle Shanahan's. Gesicki's probably not fabulously excited about blocking.
Yeah. Yeah, and that kid out of Michigan is 6'5", 250.
Yeah.
Shoemaker.
Yeah.
Yep. They got this Tucker Kraft guy from South Dakota State, 6'5", 255. Great production, Ronbo. He didn't do too much his freshman, sophomore year. His junior year, 65 catches, 780 yards, 12 yards to catch, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, see, this is worries about that kind of ball player. Kyle's going to look first as how much of a team player he's going to be. Can he block? Because I still think Kyle's has gotten rid of players, like guys like Richie James who can't play wide receiver, but they can't block. This is the way Kyle's offense works. But Kyle's asking for quintessentially a ball player that only exists 1 in maybe 1,000. You know what I mean? So that makes his choices are limited.
Yeah.
So
got that Stanford quarterback coming out 6'6", 230. That's pretty good.
Did you say QB?
Yeah, out of Stanford.
Stanford has a quarterback. Yeah, Stanford's famous for having a quarterback every year. He's going somewhere.
Yep.
Cal.
Yep.
Cal every other year. Stanford every year.
Stanford, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not. Got that Hendon Hooker that everybody's bragging about out of Tennessee. I remember Tennessee beat Alabama. I'm not sold on them at all. They can have him. And that kid Richardson, they got going in the first round out of Florida. That everybody like.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Richardson,
yeah. Michael Vick.
Yeah.
They just love Michael Vick. Ronbo, I get mad about that, and I know you've heard me talk about
noticed that, Tony.
Michael Vick done absolutely nothing. He put people in the seats, but what did he win?
Well, he didn't win anything. He lost. That chicken thing made everybody mad. But Tony, what do you think about Bryce? Speaking about Bama products.
I like C.J. Stroud. I told you, I think C.J.'s the best. But Bryce is going to be good, too. But everybody's hyping that Will Levis out of Kentucky. 6'4", 230, I don't know. Because he digressed from his junior year when he had the 24 touchdowns, 13 picks. His senior year, 19 touchdowns, 10 picks.
Usually can be dependent on a lot of things. I mean, some of his best ball players graduated or turned pro early. Yeah.
I like C.J. Ronbo out of Ohio State. I really do.
Is that the guy? I've seen him. Everybody, like you said, they're talking about. Actually, Richardson. What's his name? Richardson? Did you say?
Richardson out of Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, Richardson.
6'4", 240.
He's already being called. He is this year's Trey. He's already being called raw with a floor that's. He's got a ceiling that goes all the way to the moon, right? So. You get him, you got to still keep a veteran quarterback there for a little while and give him some time to turn into the monster he's supposedly projected to be.
Yeah, if you set him on the bench, because I just seen something. Red flag, this is a red flag to me, Ronbo, if you're going to take him in the first round. He only started 1 year at Florida. I don't like that.
Yeah, you need polish. You need to have seen some things. You got to know how to react to certain things or you're going to freeze up. You're gonna be that deer in the headlights when the NFL starts sending the defenses. Guys like Belichick prey on that kind of quarterback. So
Touchdown passes, 9 interceptions.
Yeah.
But check this out. I don't like this either. Completion percentage, 53.8%. That's unacceptable to me.
Yeah, that's.
But he had 9 rushing touchdowns. See, there's that Michael Vick quality. I don't, get the Michael Vick quarterbacks away from my team.
You gotta hit those receivers. Anyway, Tony, I'm telling you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be back Wednesday. Let's talk some more football. I'll let me keep it up. I'm checking the email too. I gotta check that.
Michael Vick quarterback to help him out.
All right, Tony. Have a great night. Looking forward to seeing you Wednesday.
I'll see you Wednesday, sir. Take care.
Thanks, Tony. Night. And on we go. Every day that goes down, it gets closer to the draft. Oh. And then after that, even Space says, see, Richardson is not yet. I will see you Wednesday, fam. Let's see what develops in the 49er community and around the NFL for that matter, because it's going to affect us in some way, right? Being already anointed as one of the top contenders in the NFC already. Rudy! Fam! Have a great night. And please, subscribe. Hit the like. Thanks for the contributions, fam.